Alright. There we go. Hello everyone. It's your fair programming error that just refuses to be fixed. Code here. And we're gonna be continuing with Doki Doki Club meetings today with Season 3. Now, last time as Season 3 began, in the second episode of this season, we've already started to see some curious things, to say the least. Now the big question we're all asking ourselves is, where is Monica and what happened to her? But yes, hello Neon, I know Spin is here as well, because of the head pads. Where is who? Oh, I'm sorry, there's nobody there. Also, hi Def, how's it going? Had a feeling after all that talk. How is it going? Hope you're having a great day. I am very curious to see what is up. Again, I am glad that at the very least the character file is there. So there must be... Again, we're gonna find out what exactly is going on. I am very curious for these next 2 episodes I'm doing today. Now that being said, let me just load in real quick. Season 3. Again, also just the pointing it out again. Like in this episode, the description. Nothing at all is wrong. I completely agree, there was nothing wrong there at all. And Aludor, hello, welcome, and thank you for the lurk, I appreciate that. But yeah, nothing at all was wrong in that episode, am I right? No, seriously, I am so curious to find out. Alright, so episode 27. Yuri babysits? The club considers its future, okay. Interesting. So we're getting some more on Yuri. Let's start. I am intrigued. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Well, that's reassuring. How soon exactly? I think this is the first time we've seen that background. Nice playground. And throughout all this, Yuri is still club president, correct? Pretty sure she is. She was in the first episode of the season, she was in the second one where I had to close the game on her. And yeah, I mean, with a certain someone missing, it only makes sense that she still is. Oh boy, it's gonna feel even weirder doing the voices if the mod dev is here. Is she still club president and you made her suffer for 1 week? Actually, I did not make her suffer for 1 week because she turned the thing back on, the world.bat. Yeah, she turned the safety system back. Yeah. So she should be fine. Still, I'm still curious about what would have happened if I tried to close and open the game again before she turned the changed the settings again. Repeatedly during that sequence. Yeah, and I was almost tempted to try it, almost. I was also curious about what would happen if I advanced the dialogue if I didn't close the game. Hopefully the developer thought of what should happen if you do that. Yeah, one would hope, right? Now that being said, what does Yuri have to say today? Okay, she's too distracted with babysitting. Shobu. Alright. So, family or just a random kid she babysits? That is the question, isn't it? Alright, time to embrace maximum cringe again. Shobu, come away from there. That one isn't for you yet. That's for bigger kids. You might fall and hurt yourself. Come on, you can't use any of the ones over there. Alright, Shobu. New character. What to do? Also Dylan and Ivanov, hello to both of you. Alright, new character, probably a little kid. So should be pretty, you know, pretty high energy. It's always hard to come up with new voices because I don't have much range. And Rob, hello, gotta do stuff. Well, you do stuff. It's a big tall guy. Of course it's a big tall guy. Very muscular too, probably, right? Yes, absolutely. Just in the... Yeah, no. Big, strong, manly man. I am from jungle, but this one look fun. No, I don't know. I have to think of some voice. Honestly, I'm not sure how much Shobu will even come up as a character, so I'm not sure if it's even worth putting this much thought into making a voice. You know what? Maybe I will just go with the stupid one. Oh, but this one look fun. Well, if you keep eating your whole dinner, you'll grow tall and strong enough to use this one really fast. Even with the peppers? No, I can't make a fool of myself any more than I already am. I have to think of some better voice. Especially the peppers. Oh, come on over here. Alright, serious tries, please and thank you. I'm gonna die of cringe. Sooner or later, I'm gonna die of my own cringe. Alright. But that sounds... I don't know. Shobu, what do you sound like? Tell me. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing with that voice. I honestly have no clue yet. Oh, sorry about that. And hello again. My brother's obsessed with growing up, as you can see. Always has to play big boy games and use the big kid equipment in the park. Even when that might be dangerous for him, he always asks me what it's like to be grown up. I wish I knew myself what that was like. But he seems to think I pass for a responsible adult. An illusion it is probably best to maintain. I mean, to be fair, Yuri is one of the more responsible people in the club, despite her habits. So, yeah. Jaw spasm? That sounds horrible. Very horrible. I hope you're okay. I'm always impressed by him. He takes after my parents much more than I do. Always so outgoing, so social, playing with other kids. Sometimes I think that I must have inherited some rogue gene from some reclusive and obscure ancestor. Everyone in my family is very outgoing and friendly except for me. Well, outgoing, you're probably not. Yes, I agree. Friendly? Most of the time she's friendly. Except for when she constantly insults someone's taste in literature and claims that it is in fact not literature. But those days are also in the past now, so it's fine. Yes, I know, the cringe is real. My father can be taciturn, but it's a bit different than the way I am. Even my uncle is an extrovert, although he has plenty of strangeness of his own. It's quite different from mine. But enough about me. How have you been? Great? I think I've been great. Definitely at least okay. Screw the how have I been? Well, ain't that something to ask about? I mean, come on, you know I have to. Monica, I don't really know who you might be. Monica. Okay, so yeah, they legit forgot. Good, that explains why nobody was questioning the fact that she was absent.
I had almost forgotten about her. Sorry, it's one of those game things that's editing our memories. She was going to do a test or experiment of some kind relating to getting time to truly move forward again. She did warn us that she might be gone for a while, and while she was gone, the game would treat her as though she did not exist.
But she does still have her character file in the folder, I checked. So everything is A-okay.
And after not too long, we would forget she was part of her world and act like everything was fine. But it's all supposed to be temporary. Everything will be fine and normal when she comes back. At least that's what she said. I can't remember exactly how long it's been since she went away on whatever experiment she's doing. A few weeks.
Well, she disappeared last episode, so sometime in between the first episode of the season and the second one.
Anyway, I trust her to know what she's doing. I'm sure she'll be back soon. So try not to worry too much about her, okay?
We'll see. We'll see how much I'll have to worry.
It'll all work out.
Your tongue can choke you by clogging your throat. I know. Guess I found that out. Why did you have to find that out the hard way? It is absolutely horrible. It is a horrible way to go. At least you're fine. But, yeah, look out for yourself, okay?
I wish every day could be this leisurely. Our parents are letting us go to school in the afternoon today because they are out of town until then. Obviously, my brother can't use public transportation, so I'm just babysitting until it's time for school. It's certainly a much better way to start the day. I'm neither an early riser nor a sleeper in, but the early rush to start the school day is not pleasant in any event.
I mean, very understandable. Who likes to be in a rush in the morning? Nobody. Like, honestly, I'd be surprised if anyone's fine with that. Not like hack control. Yeah, still. I hope that doesn't happen again.
It's much nicer to get up casually, make some breakfast, take your little brother to the park, and have time to double check all your school assignments. A pity every day cannot be like this. Oh, but speaking of checking school assignments, I should do that as much as I can. I brought some of my homework here so I could check it, including some of the homework that's due tomorrow, which I've already done.
Also, Deadly! Deadly! How is you? How is you? The whole thing about me having time in 3-ish hours was irrelevant because not even you showed up to the call. Haha! But at least you are alive. Good to know. But yeah. By the way, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the mod that knows about me. And, yeah. It was a call out that you saw and that surprised me and that everyone saw. Also, the dev is here. But yeah, excitement. The excitement is real. Also, Deadly, you are probably going to be happy about the fact that Monica currently does not exist. In fact, she only showed up in the first episode of the season, and since then her existence has been removed from the in-game world. And I know how excited you are.
I have other plans for tomorrow. I'm not usually this proactive of a student, doing homework in advance and everything.
Okay, that deletion came quick. Neon was on that trigger finger immediately. Yeah.
But I'm going to be very busy this evening, so I needed to have my schoolwork squared away in advance. That's another reason I'm glad for the start to today. Everything's been very hectic recently, and this has been like a little oasis of calm. Shobu, that's not how you play with that. You have to get on the other side. There you go. I guess as much of an oasis of calm as babysitting my brother ever is. He's such a ball of energy, but I'm glad you get to see a little bit of our families. Or my family, anyway. Of everyone in the club, I definitely have the most substantial family. To put it politely. Not that everyone else's family isn't lovely, of course. Anyway, I'll be at club later. Probably I will see you then. I hope you enjoy wherever the game takes you today. Be well.
Alright, where will we go? To MC, our boy, the main man, the dude, the legend. Ah. So then I said, that's not how I remember it.
You're always so funny.
Well, sometimes anyway.
When we're alone together, you always are.
The literal main man, indeed. Literally. Honestly, I'm still impressed with how much this mod made me love MC. Seriously. I am way too attached to this dude. Well done on the writing there. That ass criminal, of course, my apologies, is a fine boy indeed.
When we're all alone together, you always are.
Well, of course I am. It's easier to be funny around you. I feel more relaxed when it's just us.
Yeah, me too. Has it always been that fun for you?
What do you mean?
Like, you haven't always felt that relaxed with me, right? I remember it being kinda tense before we were going out.
Yeah, but that's just because things were weird. Other than that, I've basically always felt comfy around you. Being with you feels like home to me. Do you remember in the 5th grade, when I had to go on that long trip with my family?
Yeah.
Well, after like the 3rd day, apparently I kept complaining to my parents that I wanted to see you. And I kept asking how long it would be until I got home so I could see Sayori. And then, after like a week, I started writing up elaborate plans and schedules of all the cool stuff we could do once I got home. Aww.
All I remember is that you gave me a big hug when I saw you again first after that trip. And then after that, it seemed like things were basically normal.
Yeah, I don't think I kept most of those plans I wrote down. But I was really glad to see you.
I know, you never hugged me when we were little kids. I remember this so well because getting a hug really stood out.
Yeah. My parents joked during the trip that really they just ought to see if your dad would be okay with them adopting you. That way I could cause less trouble during the next trip.
So what do they say now that we're together?
Oh, they seemed very unsurprised. In fact, they mentioned that story and said, we've always been inseparable, so it's not very shocking.
Yeah, my dad wasn't surprised either. He just smiled slightly when I said that we were dating and he said, of course you are.
I'm really glad your dad likes me. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is. But then, he's known you for a long time. Probably since we met, whenever that was.
How did we meet? Ooh, we're getting backstory. Real backstory. MC Best Girl. As I put it, honorary Best Girl. Yes. And Tormuse, hello. How are you on this fine day? Doing well, I hope? It happened so long ago that I can't remember it. Club meetings lore indeed. It must have been too small.
Yeah, probably.
It might be one of those cases where the parents might have already known each other, and then, like, when they had kids, they were like, hey, our kids should totally hang out too. Maybe that's how they met? Almost feels like that makes sense, but, I mean, they might explain it to us soon. Doing alright, just did some grocery shopping, didn't want to miss it. Oh, it's fun. At least I now know that Monica should be fine. Again, I had a feeling she would be kind of fine, because her character file is still there. Then again, part of me was curious if, during the episodic release, if the character file was gone, but I assume it was just always there. Who's Monica? I mean, fair. Hey, Yuri knew, I just had to remind her a little bit. Okay, but sure. Who? Canvas Club meetings, that would be criminal. Ha! Get it? Again, I'm still curious if she's gonna be more of a character. It seemed kind of weird that she was shown at the end of the first episode like that. She just snuck in real quick. Part of me was curious if there would be like a big reveal of now she has artwork. Character. Yes, of course. She'll make a return. Ah, the puns. Okay.
Yeah, probably. And our parents don't really know each other that well, so they probably didn't introduce us.
Okay, so that kills my theory. But they probably know how we met anyway. We couldn't have become best friends without them knowing how.
Well then, let's ask them. Otherwise we won't know what to tell our kids when they ask how we met.
Well, let's maybe try not to have kids yet. I don't feel ready to be a dad. Oh, what do you mean? They're totally the perfect age to think about having kids right now, right in this moment. When they're literally still stuck in the time loop and won't ever get out of school. Totally the perfect moment to think about having kids. The puns are running gag on the server? Really now? Intriguing. I might have to ask to join that server too at some point. Come on, MC, you're just 18. It's certainly not like your life ends the moment your kid is born. So you're my bad. Imagine if she already was. Intrigued. God damn it, I cannot escape. Alright, I see. That's gonna be a permanent thing. I better get used to it now.
I was kidding. Although I do really want to have kids with you someday.
I know, Ban. I'm sure you'll make a great mom. Screw you, Spinne. You know I hate that word. But sure, okay. Everything alright?
Well, they just make me think a little, I guess. About whether I will be a good mom.
You're so wonderful at caring for others, Ban. I don't see how you could be anything else.
Yeah, but I never really had an example of what a mom should be like. So I don't have anyone to use as a model. Plus, I have my depression and something's chemically wrong with my brain. I hope I won't be one of those moms with really bad postpartum syndrome who ends up drowning her kids or something.
What the hell? Yeah, no, Sayori, that is not a... Nope. Man started. I am sorry. You throw big words at someone who's not a native speaker. They'll trip up sometimes. Also, I've never heard of... See? Don't call me out.
That's what I'd be afraid of.
Forced pregnancy, yeah. Again, though, I now know. I think that worries your depression getting you right now.
You think so? Maybe, I'm not sure. But I really am worried about that. Those all seem like good reasons to worry to me.
Well, at least that's a worry that you don't have to deal with for a long time.
Thank goodness. And at least I know you'd make a really good dad.
Well, I do my best. Just playing video games with the kids every day. Alright, just about time. Are you all ready? Do you have everything?
Yeah, I think so.
And you brought your protractor today? Today's the class, you're going to need it. I brought mine in case you forgot yours.
No, I remembered.
Playtime is important. Yes. He would always be the cool dad. MC would be the incredibly cool dad who's just always on board. Always on board when the kids are up to something, probably. I mean, come on. You can already tell. Good job, then. I'll see you at the first break.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too. Oh, don't forget your birthday parties this weekend. I know it sounds silly, but I also know you might actually forget if I don't remind you. this? Something funny? Is it because MC literally forgot his birthday previously?
Oh, I was just thinking. I know you'd be a good dad because you already take such good care of me.
I will always do everything I can to take care of you, Ban. Speaking of which, I need to go, or we'll be late. See you soon. Alright, next up Natsuki, I imagine? Oh hey, it's this background. Oh, never mind, no Natsuki time. Perhaps even better. Alright, now I gotta remember what I did for her. She was definitely pretty high-pitched. I think I did like also a stutter for her voice, because she's like the very shy Kohai, right? That's great.
He has to be around here somewhere.
I think that's the voice I did.
Oh, Natsuki,
Oh god, that's almost too high-pitched. Or too weird, I should say. Not too much high-pitch. I could go higher pitch, probably.
Oh, Natsuki-senpai, there you are.
Really reaching now. I'm gonna die today.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, it's fine. I was just grabbing a snack.
Sorry, I didn't want to bother you at all.
You didn't, it's fine. I just grew weirdly feral when I'm eating alone. Like a wild animal with a scrap of food.
I
was kidding, Rie. Just a joke.
Oh,
A little nervous, are you?
yes, a little, maybe.
Really? Just to talk to little old me?
People say you can be kinda scary sometimes.
Well, they're right, I'm terrifying and wrathful. That's another joke?
Oh gosh, sorry, I'm just a little,
Jesus Christ. Poor Rie, you gotta feel bad for her. It's okay, for real, don't stress out. Gosh, you startle easily. Seriously, it's fine, I'm not going to bite your head off. Yet. Natsuki reaching into deep experience dealing with socially nervous wreck. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Well, death by puns it is. I did not think I would go out this way.
well, yeah, that's good.
So what's up, looking for me?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something.
Is Rie willing to join the club? Is our underclassman willing to join? Perhaps? About what?
Well, about the literature club.
She is gonna join, isn't she? The curiosity. Oh yeah?
Yes, actually, I was thinking of joining, and I wanted to know what it was like.
Let's go! Potential new member! Gonna be weird because they either have to somehow explain everything to her, which was already a big thing with Mesida and everything, not sure if they want to redo that again, or they have to somehow, as they said before, readjust it awkwardly so they can have the weird meta stuff outside of the regular club time. So yeah, there's definitely some problems that that come with having a new member. You see, it's the gateway to unfathomable eldritch truths you can't currently conceive of. Also, we have a snack basket. Yeah, snack basket, worth it. Take a shot of water. But thank you for the hydrate. Oh, well.
It seems like everyone in the club gets along really well.
They do. Vodka. Is this the time where I reveal? Actually, it's not even a big reveal. I'm a strict anti-alcoholic. I just don't touch that stuff at all. I've never touched it and I have no plans of ever touching it. That is just me. Same. Let's go. Sober for all eternity.
Oh, that's definitely true. And you like literature?
Well, if I could, I could if I needed to be in the club. I mean, I definitely don't dislike literature or anything.
But drunk me is kidding me. I mean, fair, I guess. Also, Dev, hello, and thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. I mean, hey, it's not like I hate on people for drinking. I'm just saying it's something that I have no intention of doing. And that's just a personal preference of mine. Have the occasional drink on special occasions. I know when I'm with people I trust. That is also, yeah, that is valid. Very valid. But yeah, I personally don't want to have anything to do with it. Any particular drive to do it. See, fair. Everyone has like their personal preference. As long as everyone knows their limits, that is fine. Everyone can drink to their heart's content if they know their limits. Those who don't know their limits should probably figure something out, though, or stay away in general. But anyway, why did we even get to that topic? Alright, because of Deadly. Start on antidepressants, I can't answer you. Supposed to treatment. Ooh. Ooh, I see. Getting that medication, huh? I hope you're doing alright then. I mean, as alright as one can be when having to rely on medication. Drunk, that would be a good stream. I mean, I won't deny that it could be a funny stream. I'm just saying I'm not doing it. And for a while, I'm surviving. You know, sometimes that's all you can ask for, really. Sometimes that is all you can ask for. But hey, as we've learned many times before, there will always be bad days, but there will also be good days. I am not one to talk about depression, but anyone who's in the DDLC fandom knows a thing or two about it anyway, so there's really no need for me to even try to say anything that could be picked up weirdly. It's been 6 years, but I've been struggling lately. Ah, okay. I see, rough times, huh? Well, here's hoping that those rough times won't last too long.
I've never really been particularly interested in it before.
So why join the literature club?
Well, you all seem to... Gosh, this is so embarrassing. You all seem like you might be good friends.
Oh, yeah! Give her some friends! Go on, make friends with your senpais.
I see. Are you in need of new friends? Or friends at all?
Well, not really in need of, I guess. I used to have more friends in middle school, but they ended up at a different high school. Most of the time in high school I hung out by myself, and, well, my mom said I need to be proactive and ask people that I think are cool to hang out or to do something together.
His delivery and Natsuki's reaction are adorable. I mean, come on. Plus, again, you gotta... Natsuki's probably just happy that she's shown proper respect as a senpai. Considering how small she is. I mean, again, wouldn't be the first time someone mistakes her for a first year. That's literally the first thing MC did when he saw her. Oh yeah, her small figure makes her look like a first year. Or as it was in the original, non-plus version, her small figure makes me think she is probably a first year. Interesting that that line specifically had to be changed in the plus version. And I noticed those details.
And you're super cool. You're one of the coolest people in the school. And I really like Yuri's senpai because she's so kind and she's shy like me. And I think we could be good friends if we got to know each other. And
Rie begins speaking very rapidly.
And I really think Security and MC are a super cute couple and they're really nice. And I just think you could be a good group of friends. Maybe. If I feel up to actually joining.
You don't feel up to it?
Well, like I said, I'm kinda shy. I was scared to even talk to you.
I could tell. Do you want me to tell the others and see if they'd all be cool with you joining?
Well, you should wait until the club is actually complete again.
I'm sure they would be. But if it would make you feel more confident, I could chat with them.
No, not yet anyway, I mean. I haven't decided if I'm going to be able to. But mostly I just wanted to ask what it was like. And, what kind of stuff a literature club does, I guess.
Well, we write poems and talk about literature. Easy. Hard for the role of Cinnamon Bun she is. Again. We need more Rie. And we're gonna get more Rie, I already know, but still.
I don't want to be a drag and ruin things because I joined even though I don't know that much about literature.
Oh, you won't?
Yeah, just take MC for example. He didn't know jack shit. Recall the line. Ah, I read a horror book once. Then again, he is into manga, which is literature, so he did have like the bare essentials of understanding of fine literature. Even though not everyone agreed on the fine taste of literature.
Oh, you won't? I don't really know that much about literature either. I just joined because I wanted a place to have a place to read manga in peace at first.
You read manga?
Rie? A manga fan too, perhaps?
I sure do. Don't tell anyone, but I'm not nearly as cool as people think I am.
Well, I just think that makes it even cooler. It's cool when people have niche hobbies.
So do you read manga?
Ah, there we go. Again, Rie shooting up in the rankings. She's going up there.
Yeah, only occasionally.
Good enough to join the literature club. Honestly, only like maybe 65% of the stuff we do is really literature related. Other than that, we're just a close group of friends. But we do some literature stuff. Like for instance, we write and share poetry every week. That weirded me out when I first joined.
I've never really written poetry before.
Again, MC. Same story. When he joined, and they all agreed to write poems. Again, if MC can do it, so can Rie, I'm sure.
Was it the same for you?
Well, I had written poetry before, but I had never shared it with anyone before. Other than things like that, sharing poetry, it's mostly just a bunch of bots spending time together.
What is... not literature? What is manga if not literature? Exactly. Manga is literature. And anyone who disagrees, I'm sorry, you're just wrong. Anyone who disagrees is just wrong. C can have his poems written intentionally poorly like in episode 1. You can! Yes! Again. Reminds me of that time when people requested me to write poems specifically about on the topic of different characters, and I had the request to write a poem on the topic of MC, and I was like, I'm gonna write a poem with only 20 words. And then I sat there and I was like, damn, that shit sounds awful. But it was a poem with 20 words. It's the style that matters. I had to capture the MC spirit. Ah, that was pain though. How do you make a poem sound good and use exactly 20 words, not more, not less? I was constantly sitting there like, it doesn't fit, and now it's too short, and now it doesn't fit. The pain. And I have that pain even though I know my poems aren't even that good. So actually trying hard to make a good poem. Different story. Couldn't be me.
And you're right, everyone in the club is really cool. So as long as you're cool with the poetry and stuff like that, I think it'd be just what you're looking for. Should I go ahead and ask around to make sure people are cool with it? Again, I don't really think that's necessary, but I can if it would give you some peace of mind.
Yeah, would you? That would be great.
When did you want to start? We're having a meeting today if you want to come by.
Oh, I don't think I'm prepared for it today.
Prepared for it? Are you really that nervous?
Yeah, honestly, it took me a while to get up the nerve to talk to you. I thought you might be mean to me or make fun of me.
Why would you think that?
Well, I don't know, I guess just you hear things about the girls who are popular and about how some of them are kinda mean. I don't know what I was thinking when I told you my mom wanted me to make more friends. I guess I figured I might as well humiliate myself as much as possible and get it over with. But then you were super nice about it.
Of course. Look, some of the popular girls can be kinda mean at times, that's for sure. Maybe even me, sometimes with people who piss me off. But with me, at least I'm never mean just to be cruel. And as far as I'm concerned, it'd be super good to have you around. I'll talk with everyone, and you just let me know if you decide it's the right time to join, okay?
Damn it, I'm dying already.
Okay.
Look forward to having you, sport.
There we go! We get official sprites! Sprite reveal! Indeed. I'm not gonna lie. Damn, Deadly, okay. And if you told... Again, it's always that nice dynamic of the Kohai actually being taller than the Senpai in this case. How fun. W. Being honest, would you play other VNs besides DLC? I mean, it's worth thinking. I mean, I did play another VN besides the DLC. I played Danganronpa S on stream, which is a visual novel. Also a board game. And a turn-based RPG. But a visual novel mainly, okay? Also, interesting that she is a front-facing sprite. Again, that's curious. You don't get a lot of front-facing people. That is normally Monica's whole thing. So, a very interesting decision. Especially since a certain someone is currently not in existence. Also, can you imagine a character with an actual natural eye and hair color combination again? Not another anime style character like Yuri and Natsuki. Also nice. Monica's replacement. Stop it!
Thanks.
Alright, we got the big reveal. To the roof! Okay, I can stop. Can you though? I'm not so sure about that.
So yeah, I just told her to let us know when she wants to join. Pretty cool, huh? We haven't had a new member since MC.
I am puzzled as to why you're so excited over this. Normally you are the most ardent that we keep the club small.
Well, it'd still be small.
We'd be up to, let's see, 5 members, and with Ida as advisor, the room certainly starts to feel much more crowded than formerly.
Viking, why? Just because it's already a pinned message by Spinne. Still horrible. Also, yeah, 5 members, huh? Correct, 5 members, yeah. Yuri, we gave you the reminder earlier and you already forgot again. Unless she just doesn't want to tell Natsuki about it. Maybe she just doesn't want to tell Natsuki about it because that would just or she already forgot. I mean, yeah, she probably already forgot, but it could also be a thing of just like, let's not worry the other members about our reality any further. 5 members in track, yeah, totally. Well, again, eventually this certain someone will get brought back into existence. The question is when she will get brought back into existence. Will it be the end of this episode? Will it be over the course of the next episode? Or will we have to wait until like the mid-season finale of season 3? Although I feel like having to wait until the mid-season finale to finally see her again would be a long time. Especially because you would have to dodge any questions relating to her in the emails for that long. Although with how many emails there were coming in, I assume there's plenty of emails that aren't directly addressed towards her. Perhaps. So many emails. Never ending. Probably one of the main reasons why it took so long to get the collection done. Just emptying the email bag.
A few more members past that and we'll be as crowded as any other average club on campus.
Yeah, season 2 took so long because Natsuki Quest. I can imagine that, yeah. But the season 3 collection that I'm playing right now took so long because of feature creep, okay. Well, we'll see. I am also very curious to see, again, both the story in the episodes, and I'm curious to see all the bonus stuff after the episodes are done. COVID and no, I knew about the whole moving process. I saw I read your comments about that already. Didn't know about the whole COVID thing that happened too during that time frame. Yeah, I can imagine that would definitely delay things.
You don't like this idea? Don't want Ria to join?
I have nothing against Ria, she seems nice, but I do worry about the club becoming crowded.
Like 30 minutes after memorize the task. Alright, sure. You do that, Rob. I'll see you then.
Even more so, I worry about the problems that bringing in new members carries.
What do you mean?
Remember what it was like when we had to get Miss Ida on board? Or really, when any of us had to learn about what the literature club really is? I'm not sure I want to go through all of that again. Or whether it is right to let still another person experience all of that when they don't know what they're in for. Miss Ida was warned many times well in advance that things would not be the same for her, but she still chose this. Ria just thinks she's joining a fun club with lots of new friends.
I mean, we don't need to tell her all that, do we? We could just make it a fun club with lots of new friends for her.
Yeah, again, but how do you plan all your other activities around that?
And tread around the topic of basic reality the whole time. She's not stupid, she would figure out something was weird eventually. Hopefully she would react to that differently than Miss Ida, but I wouldn't count on it. Plus, I think we sort of use the club as our little group therapy session for dealing with that topic. So if we made that not a regular part of club anymore, it would be strange for us.
Yeah, again, as much as I want Ria to join, I really do want her to join. I do think it would definitely throw off the whole thing, unless they tell her, which I'm not sure they should. Slay the Princess. That game's been popping up on my YouTube feed every once in a while. Is it interesting? I mean, I would assume so, if it's been popping up so much. But I'm not sure yet. Giovanna New Besker. Again, I said before, they are all best girl in their own rights. Personally, I think Natsuki still tops the ranking for me. But it doesn't change the fact that each one of them still deserves the title of best girl in their own right. Rie being best girl, you have to experience Dark Rie. Oh, do I now? We'll see. And that is a totally fine choice, Deadly. A totally fine choice. Alright.
Maybe, I guess? It just seems mean to turn her away. She just wants friends. It feels wrong to say no to that.
You are a very kind-hearted woman, Natsuki. Despite your occasional attempts to seem otherwise.
It's really weird when she decides to devour the world in episode 32. The spoilers! And I know that'll totally happen. Especially if it's the dev saying it. Damn it, how could I be spoiled like this? Rie, the world devourer. I should have known. That's why she's a front-facing character. She's front-facing, that means she has incredible power, Eldritch Horror. Of course, I should have known the second I saw she had a front-facing sprite. How could I not have figured it out? Can't just resist giving spoilers. The pain.
Despite your occasional attempts to seem otherwise, it is touching that you consider her feelings so much.
Well, of course I do. I'm also gonna hydrate now. There we go.
You know, I almost had a feeling it was coming. Because Rob was the one to redeem a hydrate. And Rob isn't always the person who does things purely out of kindness. But I am alive. Fairy character, that's why I wrote Storm. I mean, yep, understandable. And Storm, again, really good mod. I really did enjoy that one. I appreciate all of them. They are all really nice. Could just do a spit take. Rob has succeeded before in making me choke. We'll see if that ever happens again. Stabs herself though, only reason why I think she's kind of mid. And Sayori hangs herself, what is your point? If you can still like Sayori despite her incident, why would you hate Yuri because of her incident? How dare you? Unless I go junk. Of course. League references, oh no.
Of course I do. She feels lonely and wants more friends. Wouldn't anyone empathize with her?
Sometimes it seems like there are too many who would not, but yes, obviously I do, and I understand why you do. It's just, unfortunately, our situation is one where it's not so simple to join our club.
Thank you for the headpads, by the way.
Especially if you're doing it just to make friends and have fun, so I'm not sure if she'll be able to, or if it's a good idea.
Well, I'm not just going to say no to her and leave her alone.
Well, of course you're not.
Okay then. Like Yuri because of her big areas. Well, I think Yuri's biggest appeal is her intellect. Also, shy equals cute a lot of the time, so that also adds to it. So if I say she has two very big arguments going for her, those two big arguments are actually her shy nature and her intelligence, not something else. Get your mind out of the gutter. Alright. So because of Our Castle Walls. Also, yeah, Our Castle Walls was another really fun one. Thoughts on the Pico figure? Ooh, I don't think I actually looked at that one properly yet. I'll have to do that. I'll still have to do that. Very bait. Glad meeting Zelensky is the hardest character for me to write, but I appreciate the character more than previously. I mean, again, I feel like Natsuki is one of those characters that's pretty hit or miss for a lot of people. You gotta be able to appreciate her tsundere nature, and if you can't, then yeah, that's an immediate loss.
Well, of course you're not. So what do you suggest?
Well, I really would like to have her just join, but you bring up some good points. How about I talk it over with the other club members and we'll get their opinions?
I think that's a remarkably well-considered plan.
What do you mean remarkably?
Well,
Oh. There she is! Been a bit. Protagonist energy? Alright. Guess who's back? Back again. Deadly's gonna freak out.
And I'm back.
Monka.
Did you guys miss me?
Well, no, they didn't miss you. They didn't know you existed.
Hopefully not.
That's so disorienting. Right. Right. No, we didn't miss you. Or I didn't anyway. I think I had completely forgotten you exist. What about you, Yuri?
I almost did until Code asked me where they were this morning. That jogged my memory. I think I was starting to forget again when you showed up.
Well, I'm back now. I'll have to make sure there are no side effects. Can't have you forgetting me while I'm actually present partly in the simulation.
I still don't get exactly what you were doing.
Yeah. They, Monica non-binary confirmed? Or they, as in it's an unknown entity. Therefore we should go with the gender-neutral alternative. Because back then she had no idea what that entity called Monica even was.
Like, I understand you're trying to find a way to break the time loop, but I don't get how.
While I was doing an experiment, I got some ideas about how the simulation works on our minds when all that stuff happened last year with your assistant, Miss Ida. So I was doing an experiment on my own file to see if I could learn some things.
I see, BRB. Rob, you are constantly BRBing. Today. But that is fine. And also a very topical question today. Should the club get more members? Yes. Again, more members, okay, as long as it's not too many members in my opinion. And it should be people they can kind of trust. So Ria still has to earn that trust properly. How will she earn that trust? I don't know yet. That's something they'll have to figure out. I mean, again, she's a nice character. From what we know, she's very nice, but... You know, this whole reality thing is... Yeah... You know...
It just needed me to exist only in the file structure for a while.
That must... Sorry. That must feel weird.
It does.
So what did you learn?
Well, basically, I think it's now possible for us to break the time loop if we want.
Just like that?
Just like that.
We wouldn't have to do some terrible game thing where someone might die or get hurt or something?
No, not this time. Although I understand why you might be afraid of that given our history. No, so as far as I can tell, I just need to disable a few variables and then time will resume normally.
The question is... if they want to do that. I mean, again, I'm sure there are some benefits that come with looped time like this. It also raises some questions, though. Which I'm pretty sure one of these questions I've actually asked in an email that will probably be like in the bonus stuff somewhere. That one question I had was just about school subjects and stuff. Pretty simple question, but if you really think about it, a question that needs to be answered for lore reasons. We'll see if we get there in the bonus stuff. Which won't be today, or next week, or the week after that. It'll take a while. Save a few.
We just need to save a few variables and the time will resume normally.
When can this be done?
Whenever we want.
And time will start really passing for just us. Or for everyone else too.
For everyone. And we'll age normally too.
Well, I don't mind that.
Choose your best girl to be, well, your best girl? As, you mean Natsuki? Specifically? Well, a few things. 1. Despite the fact that she hates to admit it, cute. 2. Honestly, just, she seems like a blast to hang out with, even though if she has an attitude. I mean, that definitely adds to it. Just like, at the risk of sounding, no, it's not even really sounding weird. She just seems like one of the bros, in a way. Also, preferences for manga, anime, you know, specifically more so manga. She has taste in literature. So that is why, if I had to rank everyone, Natsuki stands on top. Again though, as I said, they all deserve the title of best girl. He's precise and he almost every most attractive character was similar to my spouse. Ah, interesting. The fact that Yuri is shy and bookish gave her instant appeal for me. Yeah. Listen to horror and freely talks about dark stuff, sealed the deal. Very, very fair. Very, very fair.
But I know you do. Could we turn off the aging?
Well, I'm not 100% sure of that yet. However, yes, I think so. But only by putting the time loop back on. Whenever time is truly moving forward, we'll always be aging.
So we are forced into a choice between aging and the unreality of the time loop.
I'm afraid so. Or anyway, I think so. Like I said, I'm not absolutely certain of that yet. And anyway, that's more choice than people get in the real world.
It certainly is. I guess we can talk about this more fully once everyone is together in the club.
Ah, Viking, thank you for the hydrate. I'm scared. Gotta hydrate quick. Because Rob is here, and you know what that means. Other character, true. You get to spend much more time with Monica later on. That is very, very fair.
I guess we can talk about this more fully once everyone is together in the club.
Yeah, that sounds like the best plan. You okay there, Natsuki?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll never really understand how you guys cope with all this heavy shit. Like, oh, we could undo this weird universe-spanning time loop curse thing, but it costs you part of your immortality or all of it. Like, this is literally life and death stuff we're talking about here.
Was message missed? Which one? Here's option yes, I want... Would animate too many cooks. I see. Well, someone wants more members. Again though, I don't want too many here. Opinions about what their opinions are regarding the time loop that I expounded at length during my playthrough. Ah yes, one of the famous Tormuse tangents. Honestly, almost wish I could have been there, but the thing is, if I was there, I would have spoiled myself. Entirely.
But you guys talk about it all normal? Well, time to make another decision that will completely change our lives, if you can call them that. Just another fun-filled day at the literature club.
Tangents are famous, indeed. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it, Rob. Despite you warning me. I probably remember the new member code. Imagine, next member literally me. Yeah, it was an ouchie, but at this point I am too used to it. My skull has hardened to the point where I can tank these anvils. One anvil is nothing compared to some of the onslaught I've had to experience in the past. That's the true ouchies. Hardest hit you have ever received? Yeah, I'm not so sure. If it can get any Okay, yeah, no, that was absolutely horrible. That was the hardest hit I've ever received. I'm in so much pain. Mostly kill you. Want to get VIP? You save for that VIP if you want it, unless if you can give in to the weakness if you want.
Natsuki, it's really not so bad.
No, she's got a point. I mean, I basically feel that way too about all this. I've just gotten used to it, I think. We probably all deal with it at different rates of speed, I guess. But I don't know if you'll get used to it or not eventually, Natsuki. But as long as you don't, we'll at least have a really good perspective on things. Someone to remind us of how strange and monotonous our weird little world really is.
Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. Thanks, Monica.
No problem. Anyway, I'm glad to be back. Believe it or not, I've actually missed being the president of the club. And not just because I miss Code either. Looking forward to taking my turn again. So you're the president right now.
No, actually, it's still me.
Still? Or has it been longer than I thought and it looped back around?
No, it's been the amount of time you expected. I just offered to stay on as president for a bit.
Gotcha. Well, being in an electronic void makes me hungry. Is it lunchtime?
It is.
Well then, I'm going to go see what kind of pescatarian options are down in the cafeteria today. Maybe they'll have some miso or fish.
Man, that fish is gross.
It's definitely not my favorite, but given the usual options available to me, it's the best I can do a lot of the time. You guys want to come with?
I brought my lunch, of course, but I'll come wait with you.
Ow. Yeah, I'll come too.
And there they go. See? My mod overrides it. Yeah, mod does override VIP. It's true. In fact, if you even want to apply for moderator status on my channel, I made that a rule a while ago, where in order to apply for moderator status, you have to be a VIP first. Always makes me hungry. Yeah, it makes me hungry too, all the time. That's why after I'm done with streaming, I always have to go and eat.
This line is longer than usual.
Peak lunch hours. But at least they have my gross fish.
Ah, gross fish. Yes, give.
Natsuki, you want anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a salad, but I'll get my own. But thanks for offering.
Eat before stream though. Yeah, a little snack usually just to tide me over until after stream. While we'll eat dinner while watching someone else stream, and then usually head to bed afterwards. Well, I think it would be fun.
Yay, I'm glad you think so.
Oh hey, everyone else is here.
Including Monica?
Including Monica.
Oh good, I'm glad. It felt really weird when I suddenly remembered she exists.
Yeah, same here.
Where are they? I don't see them.
Right behind you.
Oh, hi guys. Hey, Fiori. How have you been these last couple of weeks? I'm so used to talking to you every day that it feels weird not seeing you for a while. I've been good. It was weird forgetting you existed, but it feels nice now that you're back.
My voice isn't really 100% feeling up to the voices today. Then again, the voices I was doing were always cringe. They're just more cringe now. And the DLC to introduce yourself, make quotes for 2 years, get free VIP, continue quoting for some time, done. I mean, it worked for you, before I made the VIP or channel reward thing. So also go, want to play fast with me tomorrow? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm thinking of getting a GoPro camera for hang on. Something live on sculpting, I assume is what that says. Sculpting live on Christmas? That would be very interesting. A code maybe is always a no. Not always. Today I said yeah, I should have time, which wasn't a surefire yes, and I would have been there. If you were there. So in that case, it was not my fault.
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious
TTS
any
wrong.
attention she might draw to herself. That girl is sorry. My neighbor and good
The
friend.
TTS will never be able to pronounce Sayuri
The kind of
as anything
friend
other than
you yourself
sorry.
today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long.
Oh, it's not my...
We used to walk to school together on days like this.
Still not my fault, though.
Yeah, for sure. I missed you guys. What was it like in the electronic realm? Really weird. I hadn't been fully back there since we started the club back up again.
Question. And if that question hasn't been answered, I'll have to ask that question in another email perhaps one day. When Monica was in the electronic world, so disconnected from the actual, disconnected from the actual DDLC world, was she also aware of the game shutting down and booting back up? At least that one time when Yuri turned off the safety? Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, moving on.
Hadn't been fully back there since we started the club back up again. I forgot how loose it feels. Loose? Yeah, I guess only I would know what I mean when I say that. It's hard to explain. Like your sense of self is there, but it's very frayed. Like when the light from your flashlight gets blurry because you're shining it on something too far away. It feels like you're, I don't know, spread out. I think I get it. Yeah. For goodness, there's lots to talk about with what I discovered. Like what?
Ah, that voice slipped.
Like what?
Oh, sorry. Now I went too far. My mistake. Okay, before we get into that though, there's a thing I need to bring up. Good thing Monica's back for this already. So, Ria came up to me a little bit ago, and long story short, she told me she was looking to make new friends, and that the literature club seemed cool, and that while she has no particular interest in literature, she doesn't hate it and thinks it would be cool to join. So I was talking about it with Yuri because I was really excited to have her join, but then Yuri pointed out that joining our club is kinda complicated. So I wanted to know what y'all thought.
I see.
Oh, the big question. Let's go. What will they say?
I was worried about the meta implications of a new member. I know I was eager for Miss Ida to be told the truth, but that is because she, to some extent, seemed prepared for the revelation and wouldn't leave us alone about it. I'm not so sure about with Rie.
Yeah. Definitely something that... Something that they have to figure out. Again, how will they deal with her? I kind of... Again, I said it before, I kind of do want her to join. She seems nice, okay? And if she does join, and she does somehow get the honors of being told everything, she has to play the cursed ship mod. I think it was in the cursed ship mod where Rie got the Rie X player ship as well. The fun stuff. The Literature Council. Yes, the council will decide her fate. Seems a little weird to me that this is their first time in this conversation, considering they've had 2 festivals when they were encouraging people to join. Yeah, but so far they've had no success. And they did always talk about that, how it might be a good thing that nobody's joined. But now that someone's actually thinking about joining, now they actually have to give it some thought. Damn. They really could have planned for this a bit better, it's true.
I'm not so sure with Rie. She just thinks she'll be getting new friends and a fun new activity.
But we don't actually have to tell her about the whole thing, do we?
We could try to avoid it, sure, but remember how awkward everything was when Kenzo was doing his temporary stint with us, or when Miss Ida was with us before she knew. It was a difficult topic to avoid, and it definitely made the club feel a little different.
I understand what you mean, yeah.
But, you know, we do have practice with acting normal in club now. Separating the weird stuff from the normal stuff. Maybe we could do that when we... maybe we could do what we did before and have regular club at school and weird meta club afterwards.
I suppose. But I do worry that we might eventually feel bad keeping the secret, and no matter how careful we are, I feel like we're bound to let out something suspicious if we remain in proximity long enough. I don't suppose you learned anything about tampering with people's memories while you were on your little trip, did you, Monica?
Good question. Festivals didn't bring... Well, they didn't expect it. True! Change, they have to... True. Since after the first festival nobody joined, I guess they just assumed that nobody would be joining going forward. Because the world's looped after all. That would explain, for one, why they didn't have a talk about this kind of topic before.
No, I actively try not to think about learning or doing things like that anymore. Doesn't seem right.
The thing is, she seemed so nice and so genuine, and she really wanted to be friends with us. It seems mean to tell her no.
Not only mean, but it could also get us in trouble with the school. We're supposed to be open for anyone to join. If we turn people away for no good reason that they can see, that could cause issues. Did she say she wanted to join today?
No, she said... No, she said she wasn't ready for it quite yet, but wanted me to pass the word along and make sure everyone was cool with it.
So it sounds like we could unofficially tell her no without any word of it getting back to the school if we had to.
And it sounds like we've got some time to think about it too. Well, we can talk about it later, I suppose. For now, let me tell you guys about what I figured out. So, interestingly enough, the whole time loop thing is tied into our character files. It turns out that the time loop does not force our character files to make us feel indifferent about it. Instead, it would be more accurate to say that our character files making us feel indifferent is what causes the time loop.
That is curious.
Wait, what? Yeah, I get how that might be confusing, but it turns out that the game reads a lot of things in our character files to decide how to run the world.
But I thought we had the world.bat system to run things.
It's also nice how they're discussing this in the cafeteria. Are they whispering to each other, or are they just openly talking about meta stuff with a shit ton of other students around? Curious. One would hope they are at least whispering. Feel sad about the time looping, so the time loops, feel sad about the time looping, so yep, exactly. Curious indeed.
We do. It's based on the existing architecture of the game, and a lot of that turns out to be dependent on our characters, which I guess makes sense given the way our game is supposed to work. But yeah, I found what exactly is causing us to feel that way about it. And I'm quite sure that if I disable that in us, it'll cause time to move forward normally.
Like, all the way normally?
All the way normally. Normal aging and everything.
So, like, we'd get old and die eventually?
Yep.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Actually, I like being immortal.
Immortality is dope, yo! But it's also nice to know that they don't have that bad kind of immortality, where they literally cannot die even if they want to. They can die if they do want to, and we know that. We know that all too well. And thanks for your lurk though, Rob.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Neither am I. You all know how I feel about death. But fixing the time loop is a thing we've been talking about for a long time. And I didn't want to hide the fact that I think we can fix it now just because I'm phobic about death.
I'm not sure you're phobic about death. It seems like a perfectly rational thing to be afraid of after all.
Yeah, true. But you know what I mean? So could we turn it off and then back on again? We could maybe get the best of both worlds if we could control when the time loop was happening or not. That's true. I'm not sure if we could turn it back on again. I guess I'd have to run some more experiments.
I have a different question.
What's that?
So I get that the whole mortality thing is one problem of turning off the time loop. But what about the whole club presidency thing? Oh, damn. Yeah, That is a valid point that MC brings up. If they graduate, they would no longer be part of the club, and the club presidency is... Yeah, it probably is best to make sure they understand everything perfectly before they even try anything. Before they even think about trying anything. I mean, the situation with Miss Ida made it pretty clear that you have to actually be the president of this particular literature club for it to work. If we graduate, we can still be in the school's literature club. And if the club continues, won't someone else get the whole presidential powers thing? Like, if we let Ria join, then we all graduate. Won't she just be president by default and then get all the information whether she wants it or not? And if we just disband the literature club, what happens then? Would the world even still work? Or does our weird simulation thing depend on the existence of the literature club? Damn, when did MC get so smart? MC is using his brain. The real hard-hitting questions, yes. Plus, Monica.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't even thought about this. I don't know the answers to any of those questions, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's something we need to think about more. I think I'd have a lot of trouble letting go of my connection to the real world, which surprises no one. Don't be so down on yourself. You've been a lot less dependent on it than you used to be. Thanks, Sayori. I know. It's just that, even so, I'd still find it pretty hard to live without Code around.
Ah, damn. DDLC Next Generation. Yes. DDLC Next Generation. Season 4 of club meetings. An entirely new cast has arrived, with Rie as the new club president. Honestly, though, that would give you a lot more freedom with, like, writing if you had a new cast. But everyone wouldn't feel all the people who played wouldn't feel as connected to the characters anymore. Because this is our literature club. Having a, like, Next Generation, I don't know, it just wouldn't feel the same anymore. But again, a lot more freedom in terms of writing. There's pros and cons.
I don't want that level of independence from it, you know? Yeah, I think I get it. So what do we do now about all this? I'm not really sure. Actually, there's another thing we're forgetting. Miss Ida. We don't know what would happen to her if we did all this.
Well, assuming everything didn't break, she'd probably be fine. Just keep living her life as normal, yes?
Maybe. In any event, I think she ought to be consulted about all of this.
You wanna talk about it at club today?
Maybe. There's no huge rush on any of this.
We're almost 1.5 hours in, and we're still not even at club time. Damn. This is a longer episode, isn't it? Unless the email section is shorter today. Who knows?
There's no huge rush for any of this.
Get longer in Season 3. So I've heard. Very curious. I'm gonna have to do longer streams in that case, because I still feel like I want to do 2 episodes per stream.
When the feeling is right, we can talk about it. Or when I'm not really tired from being spread across several computer files with no actual body.
That makes you tired? I thought it makes you hungry.
Surprisingly, yes. It's kind of both. I'm not sure why, but each time I've come back from it, I felt really beat. And hungry. So I'm gonna scarf this down before the bell rings. Yeah, let's eat!
Sayori starts to scarf down her food, talking with a mouthful.
Oh hey, there was going to be a free day of for high school students at our favorite aquarium tomorrow. MC and I are going to go, you guys should definitely come. Sure, that sounds fun.
Can't Dad's on my back about homework?
I appreciate the invitation and hope you will continue inviting me to things, but I will pass this time due to a prior obligation.
That's okay.
Sayori takes another huge bite of food.
It's just really nice to have everyone back together. We're really glad you're back, Monica. Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be back with you all.
And nobody else in the room questioned them about that conversation. Kenzo's back! First time we're seeing him this season. Been a hot minute. Tea? We can just assume they're whispering. Have to voice act Sayori as though her mouth is full. Oh, I am sorry. Perhaps I should. Club meetings turned into a book. Maybe bigger than War and Peace. Depends on how many seasons there are going to be. Who knows? I definitely don't know.
So it seems like everything is going well. Definitely no grades issues like we had last time.
Alright, I gotta get back into the Kenzo voice. I think this was my Kenzo voice, if I'm not mistaken. No, ma'am. Made sure to work hard this semester, even on the subjects I really don't like.
Well, that's the adult life for you.
I think I actually found the Kenzo voice much more quickly than I did with most other characters. To be fair, though, he's one of the fantastic Kenzo voices. Why, thanks. To be fair, though, he is one of the characters who did already have artwork. With Rie, it's fair that I forgot her voice, I think, because she didn't have, like, sprites before.
Well, that's adult life for you.
Being an adult is working hard on something, even though you hate it? Also, damn, Kenzo, everyone gets their unique colored text box, except for you. Well, and I guess Natsuki too. Natsuki also has the standard pink one, because it's kind of her color scheme. Haven't heard the Bathroom Gang voices yet? It's horrible. I can't decide on voices for them even now. I think I'm giving them... The game uses my text box, dude. Or is that Natsuki? It's there. No. The game uses our text box. Clear Natsuki line. Yeah, fair, but they share it too, you know? But yeah, I can never decide on the Bathroom Gang voices. I feel like I'm doing something similar-ish but different every single time. I mean, what can you do? There's only so many voices I can do as well.
Well, that's an oversimplification, but basically yes. But anyway, because you've worked hard, we don't really have anything that needs fixing for you right now academically. So why don't you head out and enjoy the rest of lunch?
Gladly. Thanks, Mazida.
No problem. Oh, tell the next student to come in on your way out, won't you?
Sure.
Phew. Glad the faculty office is empty right now. Really, I should just do this in my classroom, but it's so far. Or maybe I'm just lazy.
Well, look who it is.
Hi, Rie.
Hi, Miss Ida.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Your grades seem great as usual.
That is to say, I guess I'm just unusually nervous today, for whatever reason.
Okay. Well, it's just like with my last student, there's not a lot academically for us to discuss before, because you're doing so well. But if there's something else you want to talk about, I'm happy to talk with you.
Is it about the club? Probably about the club. Only makes sense.
Yes. No. No.
Rie?
No, really, everything's fine. Yes, nothing I need to talk about, I promise.
But there's very clearly something you want to talk about.
No. I mean, I thought about talking about it, but then I decided I think I've already done all the talking about it I need to do.
Well, okay. You know my door is always open if you change your mind.
Yeah, I know. And probably want to talk with you about it eventually, just not yet. Thanks for being so understanding and such a great teacher. And everyone loves you, you know.
Well, I can assure you that not everyone loves me.
And everyone whose opinion you should listen to loves you. Anyway, it's lunchtime. Bye.
Bye, Rie. Such a strange girl. I wonder what she wanted to talk about.
Yes, what could she want to talk about? I now know Among Us' egg. I dug too deep. What? What? Okay, you definitely dug too deep there. What the hell? Anyway, DDLC is what we're here for. Not Tomungus.
Literature club, literature club, literature club.
You really look forward to this every week, don't you?
Yeah, it's the one time a week where we get all the friends together to do cool stuff usually.
We just ate lunch with everyone, though.
Usually. Besides, that's not the same. It's different when it's literature club.
It is true, I understand what you mean.
Anyway, where is everyone?
Well, I believe we are the first ones here today.
Oh. Well?
Okay, everyone. Or rather, just Natsuki and Yuri so far, I suppose.
Hello, Monica. What is the plan for today?
I didn't have one in particular. But with just getting back from my trip, I don't have a lot planned.
Maybe we could do that thing where we draw names out of a hat to determine the activity. It's always fun when we do that.
Sure, I don't see why not. I'll ask the others when they arrive, and we'll see what they say. Speaking of which, that's definitely someone coming down the hallway, I hear.
Ah, yes. Hello.
Hi, guys. Feel free to get started whenever. I'm gonna be at the desk working on an assignment for my class.
Wait, you have to do that after school?
Well, yes, of course. There's not really enough time during breaks to make assignments and grade tests and stuff.
Do they pay you for work you do after school hours?
No, it's all just stuff you're expected to do on your own time to keep up.
How much of this kind of stuff do you gotta do?
Quite a bit. Lesson plans, grading, creating assignments, supervising clubs voluntarily.
Hey, you got yourself into this mess?
I mean, that's a fair point. She did get herself into this mess. And she can do her other stuff while doing this mess. Ha. Alright, you keep doing your research then. And yes, true, eat a moment.
True. But yeah, it's at least 2 or 3 hours of work a day on average, I'd say.
Man, that is messed up.
It's not too bad, really. We get summers off after all, and the prep work is a lot easier to do then. Plus, the school day ends before most people get out of work.
Except you do the club with us on Wednesdays? And for some reason you never seem to get out of here at the same time other teachers do. Even when it's not Wednesday. I've been waiting for a ride here at 6 and you have still been here.
She's just a very hard worker.
Mandatory unpaid overtime sucks as a general rule. Very fair. Why wouldn't it suck? But I mean, again, as Mesita said, normally teachers have better hours than most other jobs do. But that is the only thing that they've got going for them, the better hours and the holidays. Other than that, managing a bunch of little kids, no matter what grade you're teaching in, definitely can be quite a pain, I'd say. Unless for some reason you're really, really good with kids. But there's always gonna be some that are just gonna get on your nerves.
Yeah, there's just a lot to do sometimes.
Hello! I am ready for literature club. Let's do this.
You're pumped about literature club too, huh?
Yeah.
Me too. I am psyched. Literature club!
Well, they're excited.
It's cute when they hype each other up.
Yeah, it is. Just don't let Natsuki hear you say that.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Unless you are doing it on purpose to tease her.
Oh, I would never do such a thing.
Yes, never. Never ever in 1,000 years would Yuri do such a thing. Ever.
Of course not. So you had to be club president for all this time. It's a big burden to carry, I know.
It's not so bad. I was going to say if you need some time to reorient, I'd be happy to continue on for a bit.
Very generous of you. But I should get back to it. I think it's best if we keep it moving around as usual. Plus, it's been a while since I've been able to be around code. Need to get my fix in.
I understand completely.
Well, shall we get started? What are we gonna do today, Monica? I mean, besides poems and stuff. Well, Natsuki suggested we bring back the names in a hat thing.
What is the names in a hat thing?
It's a way we have of coming up with novel activities for the club's downtime. Basically, just throw everyone's name into a hat and pull one each week. And whoever gets their name drawn that week gets to decide what we do that week. So long as it's reasonably related to literature, of course.
Of course. Sounds like a fun idea then.
You want your name in there, Miss Ida?
No, that's okay. It's your guys' club after all. You should get to decide what you do.
I appreciate that. Just wanted to give you a chance since you're really one of us now.
One of us! One of us!
Thanks, guys. But you're the students whose club this is. I'm just the faculty supervisor. Go ahead and do your thing. I'll be over at the desk, supervising.
Man, she works too hard.
Maybe it's hard to tell.
One of us, one of us. Man, you gotta love those teachers who, like, really understand their students. And, like, really, like, try to see themselves not, like, as high, like, above them, but actually try to be on the same level with the students wherever possible. Which Miss Ida definitely is one of them. Still, of course, has her authority, like, it's not like she completely loses a teacher's authority or anything, but still. She is one of those very good teachers, which is good. Good that she's the supervisor. Imagine if the club had like a really shitty teacher as the supervisor. Oh no. Oh, that would suck. Got lucky there.
Maybe that's just how it is to be a teacher. Or a good one at least. Well anyway, shall we do the names in a hat? Or in this case, names in a pencil case? Yeah! Alright, give me a second. Alright, here we go. First up to decide our activity is Yuri.
Oh, I feel like I always go early when we do this, and I'm always thus caught unprepared with an activity.
You were prepared last time, and in any event, I'm confident you can come up with a good activity.
So, quick question. Since you're here. Whenever you do decide to have like the random like activities chosen, do you like plan that out in writing ahead of time, or do you actually like use a random number generator or something to decide which order they go in? Just out of curiosity. Is it reasonable to ask the library for comic supply, considering how fast you can go through it? I don't know, you tell me. I don't know if it's reasonable. I mean, asking is never too much. Best you can do is ask. The least you can do, I guess. Most they can do is deny you.
Yes, I think I can. Hopefully one everyone will enjoy. Reading.
You want us to read again?
Yes, and more specifically to read a Lovecraft short story.
And what terrible, boring Lovecraft story will we be reading today?
It probably won't be that boring. If you really don't want to read a Yuri thing, you could just say so.
Sayori,
Yeah?
I do not think that Natsuki genuinely hates this idea. She might even think it's an interesting idea rather than a boring one, but she is engaging in friendly, light jibbing after her usual manner. Jibing at her usual manner.
Oh, you're saying it's a Natsuki thing?
Precisely.
Oh, good. Yeah, I know about her doing her Natsuki thing. She does it all the time as a sign of affection.
I'm right here.
Yes, well, let's get on with the activity then. What story are we doing, Yuri?
Suddenly Rob, yes. Welcome back again.
The color out of space.
Oh yeah, that one's super cool.
Wait, you've already read it?
Oh, yeah, I've read that one.
Curious and compared the length of my club meeting stream, season 1, 43 hours, 40 minutes, season 2 was 44 minutes, season 3. Oh, so a 50% increase. About 50%, that's... Huh. We'll see, we'll see. That's not including extras. Right. Which I am curious about in this season as well. Yeah, Rob, you're speed reading. But see, especially people who stream have sometimes have that thing that is called interacting with chat. And then there's people like Tormuse who have their famous tangents. So, you know. It took about maybe 8 months. Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, I've read that one.
When did you read Lovecraft?
Oh, a little while back, I think.
Anyway, let's not embarrass Natsuki further by grilling her on when she read the stories that she professed to be bored by. Otherwise, we'll run out of time to actually read this thing.
How long is it?
Oh, not too long, maybe 20 pages with a decent-sized print and generous spacing.
Well, let's get to it then.
Careful, if you go too fast, you might miss posing information. Like meaningful glances. Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying not to go through it too fast either. But I do have to take a little bit of a closer look at their expressions sometimes. That is a fair point. I mean, I did realize, for example, how Monica was instantly caught off guard when MC brought up the very valid questions about what would happen when they graduate.
Well, let's get to it then. Missida, you want to read it too?
Sorry, busy, but you guys go ahead.
This episode's pretty cool. Oh, well, maybe I have to read that too, especially if it's a shorter Lovecraft story.
Well, that was something. What did you all think? I thought it was sad. That family had their kids and that family and their kids and animals and stuff. They were all nice people who didn't do anything wrong.
One of the themes of Lovecraftian horror is that the universe is intrinsically a cold and uncaring place, and terrible things are equally likely to happen to good people or bad people. I think one of the points of making the Gardeners a very ordinary type of family is to drive that idea home.
That makes sense, especially since other ordinary people like the Pierce family and narrator end up being fine.
Mostly fine.
So Natsuki, what did you like about this story? It's not exactly what I would call your style.
Well, I'll answer that, but first, why don't you think it's my style?
Well, the writing is really fancy. Well, Eerie makes you want to know what happens next, okay. I'll try to remember that. Lots of long descriptions of things, and rarely used words.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess the prose isn't really my favorite part of it. I think that what I like about it is that we don't really know what the big bad monster in the story is, or what it really does, or what it wants. In a lot of horror you eventually learn what the monster is, if there is one, but here you only get small hints. Mostly you just experience what it's from the perspective of the people who are encountering it. I think that's cool. Plus, I think the concept of the monster is pretty neat.
I see.
I'm not sure I'd call the color a monster, but yes, I agree with that. I think the utterly alien nature of it is part of the story's appeal. It is nothing we can understand or hope to understand.
That's probably the most disturbing part about it for me. In the end, there's no real explanation, and that's what disturbs the narrator too. He's so shaken up by it that he quits his job rather than go near the place where it all happened again. Come to think of it, the whole "we don't know what it is" thing is probably why the author felt compelled to mention all those scientific tests that were done. Even though that bit is a little tedious, it drives home the idea that earthly science is useless.
Yes, I think that part's very important. The reader knows that even our best minds have no idea what the color is, and then a poor farmer family is left alone to fend for themselves against it. I think that really increases the horror.
I'm glad the story was written sort of third hand from a narrator who heard it from someone else, that heard it from the person it happened to. It made things looser and a little less concrete, which I think helps horror-wise. I don't find the science bit tedious. Well, I'm sure some people do, some people don't. I can't tell because I haven't read it. Because I'm a big nerd. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Alright, let me translate that Ivanov comment real quick. Tormuse's peak in... Oh my god, what is that? Tormuse's peak interactivity for exploring chat topics at length. Sometimes it's hard for me to read, sometimes it's easy. I don't know why that for some reason was harder for me to read. But yes, the Tormuse tangents will forever be a thing, and not a bad thing. Except for those few people who are like, I just want to see the game. And to those people I say, why not download the mod yourself? It's available to everyone. If you don't like tangents that people who stream it go on, then why watch a stream? Or there are also just pure gameplay uploads as well. So, to anyone who's playing visual novels, or any game for that matter, don't let anyone rush you through it. Because, honestly, if they want to see it fast, there's other ways to go about it. Like, we don't get a scene where the wife starts screaming and goes mad. We just hear that, oh, around this time she went mad. How interesting. It literally lets the horror creep up on you in a gradual way, rather than be really in your face.
Yes, the horror really does build slowly in this one. There's nothing terribly overt until the very end.
Thanks for reading it, everyone. I don't want to take up all our time with the story, so we can move on to poems, or whatever you like, but I'm glad we got to read this.
Yeah, it was a good idea, Yuri. Well, as Yuri suggests, shall we move on to poems? Obviously, I wasn't there last week exactly, but I did manage to write a poem today after I came back. I didn't know what the theme was. The theme for this week was, though, so hopefully you can forgive that.
Oh, that's fine. We forgot to assign a theme for the week, because that's normally your job. We neglect all sorts of things by accident when you are not here.
I'm sure you guys did fine. Anyway, I'll go first since I sort of skipped last week.
What do you mean, sort of?
Nothing. Here's my poem.
Let's see it. Alright. Lost and confused. Sleep is a taste of death, but just a taste. I'm still here even when I dream, even if it's completely disconnected. It's some kind of reality, some kind of me that isn't me. And that's something much better to be someone I don't recognize. In a place I've never been, in a story I don't understand, than no one at all.
So I guess you're kind of unsettled by being gone for a while, huh? Yeah, I guess I was. Ended up writing about a thing I always tend to write about, but actually, I mean the poem is really about me not thinking it's that bad. When I got back here, I reflected on how I felt when I was gone, and I thought, well, better to be a weird distributed consciousness than nothing at all, I guess. So the poem is kind of about that. Well, I'm glad you're back! And your regular self! Me too.
Yet the poem is titled Lost and Confused.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Is that all the feedback?
For now, yes. I'm thinking on the poem. Ask me again later.
I will.
I think I'm starting to get how you use the indentation thing.
Well, I use it for different purposes, from poem to poem, but How do you mean?
Well, in this poem at least, you kind of use it like a semicolon. You're saying this line is a thought, added to the line under it. This is not a new concept. You have to read the indented line in light of what comes above it.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's definitely what I'm doing here. She's been coding too much.
What does this have to do with coding?
Oh, in a lot of coding, especially the kind Monica does, you have to use indented lines to show that one line belongs to the one above.
Well, you don't have to usually. But it is helpful. Everyone who looks at your code will hate you if it doesn't look nice and has the indentations. Like, you could probably just write code in the form of a block of text. Like no like spacing for new lines, no indentations. That works in most programming languages as far as I'm aware. It's just a pain to look at. It's so hard to find stuff if you write like that. So nobody really does that unless they really have no care for anyone in the world.
So it's kind of a coding syntax thing, leaking into her poetry, I think.
Rampire indentation is actually integral to how the code works. Ah, see, I did not know that fact. Coding with winged, imagine. See, that's part of the reason why I said in most coding languages. Because I wasn't sure if it's like that in all of them. In fact, I was pretty sure that there would be some exceptions, and interesting to know that Ren'Py is one such exception.
Really? I think that's pretty cool.
Know which lines go with each other. Okay. See, you know what? That is interesting to know. I learned one new fact today. Thank you. Not exactly a real Tormuse tangent because it doesn't go too far off the rails, but I still appreciate the input. Input in coding? No. That's not even a start of any kind of good pun. I don't even know why I thought that might be an unintentional pun. That was really just no.
Is cool really the right word to describe it?
Yeah, totally. You've been working so long in the digital realm that it now adds to your art. I think that's pretty badass.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Who'll go next?
Me! Forgotten. What did I do wrong? 1 minute, I was out in the world living a happy life. The next I was here. I must have done something wrong, but I can't think of what. I was just made to come here. They never explained what I did wrong. They just threw me in here and locked the door. The others say I'll never know what I did wrong. They never say. They just forget about you. Based on Python.
This one is creepy, MC. What made you write this? It's like you're in prison or something.
Yeah, basically. I had a dream that this poem was about a couple nights ago. It's kinda hard to remember now, but I was thrown in a prison for no good reason that I could tell. And I didn't even know for how long until time started to drag on and I realized I could be in there forever. It was pretty scary. And yeah, kinda creepy, sorry, Bon.
It's okay, you're allowed to write creepy poems. You just get so many already that you're not the one who usually writes them.
True.
The starting lines of each stanza are all thematically related. I think that does much to focus the poem and organize it. Poems about dreams can be very difficult. Not to spoil anything, but my poem this week is also about my dreams, although about me dreaming in general rather than a particular one. When I write about specific dreams I've had, it often ends up rather disjointed and loose.
Interesting. Because Monica kind of also, like, it wasn't about a dream, but it had like that, the topic of like dreams, in a way, because of the whole thing, sleep and the taste of being a taste of death and all that. So even though they didn't decide on a collective topic, it does still go in a similar direction. And no, I didn't miss your message, I just didn't read it out loud. But you have a valid point with that one.
Even worse than usual for one of my poems, but giving a bit of structure to the poem really heightened its impact here. Well done.
Thanks, Yuri.
Creepy stuff, MC. So I'm not sure what else to say about it. It definitely made me feel weird and uncomfortable, which was probably how you felt in the dream. Very creepy.
Yes, indeed, but effective. It really gets across that feeling of desperate abandonment and hopelessness. It's such a hopeless situation that it makes you feel a little panicky.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for going along with my weird, creepy poem.
It was really good, MC, not just weird. Who's next?
I will go, especially since I've already started talking about mine.
Dreams. Alright. When I lay in bed at night, then I disappear. I close my eyes and try to sleep, and vanish from the earth. Then I'm oblivion. And it might as well be for all eternity, though it is only for a few hours. And in that oblivion I swim, in purple and black waters. They don't make a sound. They do not splash. They are all around me everywhere. They leach into my skin, into my muscles, into my mind, soothing and blanking, smoothing, relaxing, until I awaken afresh and exist again.
Oh hey, I thought it was going to be like MC's poem, but it ended up being more about the same topic I wrote about.
Yes, although mine has perhaps a slightly more positive outlook.
As usual.
I don't feel like you're so negative all the time, are you?
Well, no, not all the time. Just some of the time. Anyway, what did everyone else think?
So the purple and black waters thing? Do you actually visualize being asleep as being purple and black? Or is that just a reference to your favorite color?
It is how I actually visualize it. Sleep to me seems very deep, dark purple and black. In a friendly sort of way.
I see.
I know not everyone visualizes abstract concept with colors, yes, but sleep really does seem that way to me. The way I think about it is this: sometimes I remember the moments I'm closest to sleep without actually being asleep. Like the latest I can remember laying in bed before I fall asleep. Or when I'm more or less asleep, but some noise in the real world is waking me up gradually. In those moments I feel like I can directly experience sleep, and for some reason it just feels very dark purple and black.
What about the water soaking into your body thing? Is that how sleep feels like to you?
Well, not exactly, but it is receptive somehow, and that's what I was trying to get across. You lay there and are enveloped and it soothes you.
With the water, it makes it sound dangerous, like you drown.
Maybe so. I wonder if that's what death is like.
Yeah, Monica definitely reacted to that one. Of course she would. We know how much she totally loves death, right? Haha.
Drowning in the waters of sleep so that you remain there forever. But that could be an entirely different poem. Sayori, do you have any thoughts?
I think it sounds really nice. It makes sleep seem really peaceful, which it is. If you're not having a nightmare or something, you just are without really experiencing anything. Very quiet, very nice. I think the poem gets that across really well. Anyway, how about I show you guys mine?
A rainbow. Okay, I think this one has nothing to do with dreams. At least I don't see anything about dreams in the title or the first paragraph. Let's see. I love rainbows. They're so big and so colorful. I feel like I could climb up and slide down one. And the rain would make it like a slip and slide. I'd get dizzy as I fell out of the sky. And as I slid down, the sun would get me dry. Until I landed back on the ground and the sun dried up the clouds. And the rainbow said goodbye for now. Another thing I like about rainbows is that you can't really ride them at all. They're not really there. But there's something that makes you happy, that only exists for you, depending on where you're standing.
I'm not sure if this is a happy one or not.
I mean, I'd say it felt kind of happy. I mean, yeah, the whole thing about the rainbows not actually being there might be a little bit of a distancing from the happiness again. But like the message itself still, like, even if they aren't really there, it was still the thing of they are a thing that exists for you to make you happy. Well, I guess you could read into it one way or another, probably.
Like, it goes on about how great rainbows are, but then at the end it kind of subverts it. But then it tells you that the subversion is actually good? Not sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's good. It's about being happy with yourself in the end.
Very interesting. Even when you are writing about a completely happy topic, you can't help but make it bittersweet.
Almost everything about my life is bittersweet. It's hard not to make things seem that way.
Well, I like the poem. It has your classic style.
Thanks. So how does it end up happy exactly? I do get that sense from the tone, but I'm not sure what the words are telling me exactly. So a rainbow is pretty and nice and I like them. But a rainbow isn't real, it's just an illusion. But then I think, hey, I'm enjoying a thing that really is just a weird byproduct of my senses and refraction, yeah.
So it makes you happy to think that because rainbows are really an illusion that's just a byproduct of where you're standing and your eyes, you're giving yourself happiness in a way.
Yeah, it's like, it's not a tangible thing like food, or you, or something like that. It's just my brain making me happy in a weird way, for once. And that's nice.
Yeah, I bet that seems like a welcome change. Very nice poem, Bun.
Well, looks like it's about time for me to wrap up this rodeo.
Rodeo?
Yes, it's like a cowboy skill competition. They have them in Spain and North America.
You know what they are, but you just use the strangest idioms sometimes.
Anyway, here's my poem.
Objectify. I walked onto a porch and I saw an old wooden stool. It was beat up and old. It used to be dark brown, but now it was all bleached and spotted white. The circular part on top where you sit had part of it broken off in a clean line straight up and down. Just the left 1/6 of it, or so. Like that part had been meant to be broken off, and someone had lost the piece. One of the legs had a crack in it, a small crack about 1 centimeter long, way up high near the seat. It looked like no one had sat on it in years. So I sat on it, and it worked great.
I detect a possible metaphor about how people are more than they appear.
Actually, no, this time it's literally just about the stool. I honestly thought this all beat up stool wasn't going to be any good, but then it worked great.
Really? Damn, okay. I guess you really can just write about common things. It is true, that is a possibility.
It was filled with a strange sense of respect and admiration, so I wrote the poem.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like how it turns out that the stool is still useful and sound. It's just a feel-good story. And one you kind of don't really expect. I really like those.
I really like the specific picture Natsuki gives us. It's really easy to visualize the stool. She even gives us physical measurements. I think that's really important to the poem. Have you seen the bike? Which bike? Like another post you made? I think I kind of haven't seen the most recent one. If it's the one that also had the Pico thingy in it. Based on a real life stool. Oh, we're getting the real insight now. And was sitting on it satisfactory? I would hope so. I think that's really important to the poem. You need to understand really intuitively how messed up the stool is. Also, Grave Arrow, hello! It's been a hot minute since I saw you here, I think. How is it going? Welcome to club meetings. Deep dev lore. Basically exactly as Natsuki described it. I see. Again, It really is interesting how you can sometimes really find inspiration to write in the most mundane things out there. Huh. That way you're more surprised and delighted when it turns out to be fine.
That's a really good point, MC. Classic building something up to paying it off. When you want to make a point with something you're writing, it's more impactful if you stretch out or empathize why the point matters beforehand. In fiction, this means you can spend a long time establishing someone's character before they suddenly act out of character for dramatic emphasis. Or in this poem, you can spend a long time describing how decrepit something is before simply stating that it works fine anyway. That's definitely building something up to pay it off in an effective way.
By DDLC Modern YouTuber? No, I don't think I have. No.
And I guess that's Monica's writing tip of the day. Shall we get to the emails? Yeah! Okay, be warned, they're mostly pretty long this week.
Damn, 2 hours in and we're only just now getting started on the emails, and they're pretty long. This stream might be 5 hours instead of the usual 3 hours. We'll see.
Oh, that's fine.
Just give me a minute to set it up.
We're here for the long haul. Told you this was longer. Well, the first 2 episodes weren't much longer. But I guess episode 3 is where the length really starts increasing.
All set, boss. Alright then, here we go with the first one.
Well, it's nice to be back writing questions and general stuff to you guys again. Let me hit some of the big points. Sayori, apparently since your required games of taste have to have flashy colors and stuff, might I suggest Minecraft Story Mode? You can't even buy that game anymore. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Might make the questions about chicken-sized zombies and zombie-sized chickens more clear. And if it doesn't interest you yet, shall I mention that your best friend in that game is an adorable baby pig?
I've never been that interested in Minecraft, I guess. Which is weird, it seems like I should be into it. It does have my whole vibe, but I'm just not really that creative a person, I guess, outside of poetry maybe. But I've never tried story mode. And I do like adorable baby pigs.
No, you can't. Unless you buy a used, physical copy. If you can find the physical copies still out there, then yeah, that works. But even if you buy the physical copies, that means you can't download the DLC anymore. Because that is something you have to download separately. Ever since the company went bankrupt, right? Yeah, is that what I think happened? Yeah, and since then, the game has become fully unavailable.
So maybe I'll give it a shot.
Shouldn't we tell her that she literally can't get the game anymore? BRB, alright, seen a bit then. Is rap poetry? In a way, yes, Monica talked about that, in fact. Monica talks about that in DDLC, the original game. Yuri, I noticed a lot of questions concerning what roles you take up in a mythical setting. And I am glad to say I think I got you all nailed down in terms of a certain game called Metopia. You were the thief, knife, duh. Sayori was the cleric, Monica was the mage, and Natsuki wasn't a bard but rather a chef who could either heal her teammates or hit the enemy with literal flaming frying pan like a badass. So no bard for her. Anyway, what's your knife count now? Since it's been a few months, I take it since you were last asked.
As with most video games, I have not heard of this one, but your choices seem appropriate. My knife count is currently 122 even. I have tried to focus on quality over quantity in my recent collecting, even more so than usual.
Metopia, now that is a good game that I still haven't played, even though it feels like I would really enjoy it.
If for no other reason than I'm running low on storage space for knives, but the story of where I keep my knives is for another time.
Natsuki, the reason why we are here. It's one of life's greatest mysteries. Even though you don't get that reference, and despite the fact that I can't find that source that says Bumblebee can fly in his robot mode naturally, I checked around for half an hour. I'll hold off on all the butt jobbies, since you can actually appreciate Benny and the Ink Machine. I'll concede and let it slide. Alright. And hey, you won't have to worry about me teasing you about how you and Yuri should be a couple, since Yuri is doing that job well enough for me. Thanks, Yuri. In CSGO, I don't see how that would work. Just because knife, because you run faster.
Oh, I got your reference. I just chose to counter with another different reference. Such are my ways.
Oh, also, you're very welcome, emailer.
Yeah, get it out of your system.
MC, how is it going, my dude? I also have a kinship with Luigi. He's clearly superior to Red Luigi. Anyway, do you know who SMG4 is what I assume that says. MC, you showed up a bit too soon there. But SMG4, I know about SMG4. I have known about SMG4 in the past, but I now mainly know about them because of the Glitch channel. And the main reason I know about the Glitch channel is because I am a big fan of Liam Vickers. And then when Liam Vickers worked with Glitch to create Murder Drones, I had no choice but to watch that. It was bound to be peak. So yeah, I know about them through some corners. And again, if you want some good horror writing, technically it's only in audiobook form, sadly, so you won't get the written to enjoy the written thing yourself. But if you want some good horror writing, Liam Vickers is the person to go to. Back to the amazing digital club, yes! That too. And yeah, as for Gooseworks, I've known about Gooseworks before they started working on a show with Glitch as well. Good old little Runmo and stuff like that. Alright, now let's see what's up here. Yeah, I'm sort of the Luigi of DDLC when you think about it. Sorry, I didn't know who SMG4 is. But fortunately, I can do internet searching. I found his channel, seems like a funny guy. Miss Ida, while it's unclear as to how many videos actually use science to figure things out, might I suggest a YouTuber by the name of MadPath? Good old Matthew Patthew. But yeah, no, MadPath. Mr. Ness, actually, going by his name tag that he wore in that movie. Ness the waiter at Sparky's. He has 3 channels, 4 now, 5 actually if you count GT Live. Matthew Patthew, yes. Matthew Patthew indeed. Clearly trolling. But he has 5 channels technically now. He has 3 different channels pertaining to separate categories, and I think you would get a kick out of any videos with pure science. Like a bottle flip video he made, just don't go throwing hammers indoors to test momentum, unless you're in a proper place where it's fine to do so. I don't know how to feel about that, mainly because I don't really play Geometry Dash.
Oh, Miss Ida. There's an email for you.
Oh, I see. I'm Miss Ida, by the way, not married yet. Oh, so he has a science channel. I'll have to check it out. Give me a moment. Oh, I see. This is more like theories of video games or relating to meme culture. To some extent, anyway. I see here some videos about our game. I guess I'm more of a hard science person, but I'm in favor of anything that means people understand more science when they start it.
Well, there is stuff that is not about lore, but actual science behind stuff. But yeah. Misgivings about calling what MadPat does scientific. I should probably reserve that comment. Yeah. Again, the lore stuff definitely isn't really science. And honestly, say what you want, the thing is he has to run 4 theory channels now, each uploading weekly. And then there's GT Live, which I guess is a lot less effort, but still. So even though he has a bigger team than when he started, yeah, you can argue about the true science behind everything. Aileron roll and all. Yeah. Alright, anyway.
If he talks about Newtonian mechanics in the bottle flip video, he's doing good work. And if I am much more enthusiastic about chemistry, and even if I am much more enthusiastic about chemistry than physics, thanks for the recommendation.
Monica, well, look at what has happened in these past few months. DDLC Plus is a thing, and by the time this comment gets read for the next session's emails, it will be a couple months old. Regardless, I am hyped beyond measure. I hope that with this, the community will grow in popularity and things will be more prosperous for those of us who are already a part of this community. Anyway, I'm glad we love the same flavored ice cream. I also just retired as an air cadet recently. Good part of my childhood, but I do agree that I would prefer not being in the military, as it not existing would be a preferred way of living. And Legos are pretty great. Still have my Lego Minecraft collection on my dresser, still adding to it too. Anyway, I guess I should ask you a question. How are you feeling today? Love you! Yes, a very intriguing question. One that has never been asked. Well, actually, no, it's true, it hasn't been asked yet. Nobody has asked specifically how she's feeling today. They've only asked how she felt on past days, so it is a very new question. Indeed.
Let's see here. Oh, you were in the military. That seems like a difficult job to have. Thank you for your hard work. I'm doing just fine, Ink Demon. Thank you for asking. I hope you're taking it easy now that you're retired from the military.
Everyone! Only some of you might be able to answer these to your best. 1. What are all your opinions of black licorice? I need more followers for what is a tasty treat. By the time you'll see this, Friday Night Funkin' is a game that has taken my interest. The music made for it, along with the fan music, is great. Have any of you played it? Have any of you played mods for it? And who is your favorite mod OC if you have one? Mine is Sarf and Ruff from Midfight Masters. Sarvente is best. I just played FNF yesterday. In fact, I revisited Doki Doki Takeover. Amazing mod. Amazing mod. To anyone who's into rhythm games, play Doki Doki Takeover Plus. It's 3 hours worth of musical DDLC content. It's fun. Pure, amazing fun. And it's getting another update on Christmas. Christmas update for Doki Doki Takeover Plus, the farewell update. I am super excited to play that. It's gonna be amazing. And I am definitely tempted to replay every single song in the mod for it. Not just whatever they add. I thought it was okay though. Has black licorice in it. I see. I can't say I've tried black licorice in a very, very long time. I don't think I liked it when I tried it, but I was just a mere child back then. Perhaps my taste buds have changed. As they do, they change a lot. But who knows if they've changed enough for me to like black licorice. I guess I should give it another try at some point. Whiteboard scratch at MP4, but why though? Alright. Anyway, yeah, FNF. Fun stuff, mainly because free. And a lot of content. Anyway, I also put a picture of my Monica gingerbread cookies I made a while back, along with the Midfight Masters mod for FNF. Latest version as of now. In case anyone wanted to play it. I'm going to make better gingerbread people for all of you this year. One way or another it will be done. Supplies won't be limited this year. Sorry this email was a novel to read, but it has been a while. Hopefully I can tone it back in the future. Also, can I have the Discord link? Till next time, the Ink Demon.
Black licorice opinion time, so your thoughts? Yeah, I hate it! It's so bitter and gross!
I don't hate it exactly. I mean, if you offer it to me, I'll eat it. It's just really low on my preference list. Like, nah. I don't know, the same lack of enthusiasm I have about, like, candy corn or something. Axiom was good until my entire squad. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Gabe. Well, in that case, I am glad that you didn't name any characters after viewers yet. Would hate for all of your viewers to die first stream. Oh, that would be awful.
Candy corn is really good though.
Then you can always have all the candy corn I get.
Yay, future candy corn! I think my stance is much like that of MC's. I don't have a revulsion to it like Sayori does, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't just eat black licorice, but it has lots of culinary uses. It's a really interesting flavor. When you use it the right way or put it in the right situation, it can really shine. What do you think, Yuri?
Okay, so there is one black licorice lover here.
I love black licorice.
Of course you do.
It has such a unique scent and taste. It's like some exotic foodstuff from a distant planet or from an island far away. I love it.
Next part is about Friday Night Funkin'.
Yeah, I'm the only one here who's played it.
Good game though. FNF now or XCOM? Like the in-game stuff here? I'm assuming you're talking about the in-game stuff, and yes, it is a good game. Again, I'm really looking forward to Doki Doki Takeover Plus Farewell Update. The Doki Doki Takeover Plus Farewell Update is gonna be amazing. Even though they're not gonna add much, it's still more content. And I crave more.
Yeah, I'm the only one here who's played it. It was a decently fun game, fun rhythm gameplay. I haven't tried any of the mods, just vanilla. I'm not exactly sure why it's a cultural phenomenon the way it is. It just seems like a little rhythm game to me.
I mean, yeah, but a big part of why, I think the main part about why it's such a thing is, because it's open source, right? The game was made open source, which made it very attractive to modders. And that's how it quickly blew up, I think. Because there was just that potential to just add your favorite characters to it. Farewell Update, is it the last one? Yes, in fact, the Plus Update was supposed to be the last one. Doki Doki Takeover Plus was supposed to be the final major update. And now they're doing one more Farewell Update after all for Christmas. Which I'm not complaining about. I'm not complaining about the fact that they went back on what they said. Look pretty cool. Curious to see what they added though too. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Apparently they're adding like more base FNF content. I think they want to add. I'm not sure if they want to add all the base game FNF characters, but at the very least I saw that they're adding Pico. I hope for soft V2. More story-focused mods. You don't have to hope for soft V2. I saw the Funk Forward. They announced that they're doing a visual overhaul, they're adding cutscenes, they're doing a lot of stuff with it. Definitely looking forward to that one as well.
But I'm glad people like it. He says he sent a picture of Monica gingerbread cookie.
Alright, let me bring that up.
Cute.
That looks delicious! There's definitely a likeness here, Demon. Well done. Monica, if you ever turn into a cookie, can I eat you? What?
Ah, yes. So you're eating Monica. And that is the point where some people would say, when you say eat, what kind of eating are we talking about? And I just stole a Hifumi line from Danganronpa. Psionica confirmed? Yes.
Never mind. Moving along.
Okay, everyone, I have some questions for you all. Monica! You've talked about a potential harem full of Monicas, and how one of us on the other side could enjoy that. I don't know how to word it better, sorry. But I don't think that anyone has asked about how you would feel about that. So I guess I want to know your thoughts on that. But as irrational as it might be, I do love you too. Though a harem of you would be a bit much, no offense. Any thoughts on GLaDOS? Can you access the emails even if you're not president? Well, they're all accessing the emails together here, so... And Sayori's the one setting that up, not Monica. Announced doesn't equal released. You know how it can be. True cancellations are a thing. But even if they get cancelled. They would probably still release a scrap build at this point. There's just too much effort that went into soft mod, from what I already saw.
I'm not sure if I meant to suggest that you get a ton of Monicas. Obviously, I would prefer to be your one and only, so I'm glad you feel the same way. I think GLaDOS is a very sympathetic character now that we know her story. She was just a hard-working person who clearly kept things running in a chaotic environment, and she was so good at her job that they stuffed her into a computer, probably against her will. And now she clearly has some issues, so yeah, there are some similarities. She has a much funnier sense of humor than I do, though. And yes, I can see the emails just fine even when I'm not club president. It's just a normal Gmail account after all.
And what is that email account, Monica?
Oh, right. If you want to email us and get featured here, you can email lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. And just like the last emailer, if you want, you can ask us to join our Discord and get an invite there. On the next part of this email.
Sayori, is there any form of horror that you do like?
I like horror that isn't scary. Maybe. I've never found any though. So, maybe not.
Curious. Yuri, have you ever watched The Lockpicking Lawyer on YouTube? Seeing as you're interested in picking locks, I think that channel might be something you'd watch. You'd watch.
Uh-huh. Yes, I watch that channel a lot. He's amazing. I'm not really that good at lockpicking. He's so good at feeling where he is in a lock, and I'm still new and getting started, but still, he's great to watch.
Natsuki, have you played Fallout New Vegas? If so, the bull or the bear? You need to choose. Same opinion as Sayori? You like horror that isn't scary? Technically, Inscription isn't really all that scary, right? And that's counted as a horror game. Maybe Inscription would count as a kind of non-scary horror game. It does have like a little, it does have the spooky atmosphere, but it's not outright scary in my opinion. I guess, maybe? That could be something that might be for her. I'll have to put that in another email if I remember. And at some point, when I finally get around to writing my second email, it's gonna be another big one, isn't it? But you know what they say, quality over quantity in that case. Don't write, I'm not gonna write many short emails, I'm gonna write one that has everything. Maybe you should be taking notes about what to put in emails. You have a valid point. In fact, let me just so I don't forget that stuff in the future. And then when I finally have, I'm not gonna write a second email before I get to seeing how my first one arrived in the bonus content. But still, so non-scary horror for Sayori. Inscription. Just adding that in there as a thing to possibly write about. Going forward, I'm gonna keep track of this stuff. One of those people who sends an obnoxiously long emails that go on for pages and pages. Exactly. Isn't that what everybody loves? No, seriously, I don't mind the long emails. Honestly, I don't.
Of course I've played New Vegas. And I'm a servant of the Great Bear. NCR for life. The Legion is all slavers and shit. Fuck them. I mean, the NCR isn't perfect, but they don't have a policy to enslave and torture people, so it's an easy choice.
MC, I don't have much for you, but I'm glad that you are a part of the club. You're a good man and take care of Sayori. And, of course, yourself.
Thanks.
I'll definitely take good care of you, Sayori.
And yourself.
And myself, yes. Also in general, how's the snack basket doing nowadays? Is that still a thing? Or did the all-devouring one decide to consume the basket too? And if I might ask, how do you view emails when you're not in the club room? For those who have played them, thoughts on the SCP games, SCP Secret Laboratory and SCP Containment Breach in particular. Have any of you ever dyed your hair? MK.
Yeah, guys, how is the snack basket? It might be empty right now. But I didn't eat all of it. It was already halfway gone when I started. So yes, a typical day in the life of the snack basket, MK. It's pretty simple for us to access emails no matter where we go. We use a laptop in here after all, so we can bring that laptop anywhere there's power. I could probably just find a way to patch the email address directly into the game rather than through the laptop, but so far I haven't tampered with that. It would be weird for me to make the text appear in the world. I haven't played any of these games, or dyed my hair, Sayori. Nope!
Nor have I, although games based on the SCP Foundations seem interesting.
Once again, it falls to the secret Games Are Literature Club to discuss an esoteric games question. Although I've never dyed my hair. Have you, MC?
I have not.
Looks like the Literature Club has always had their natural hair colors then. Unless Miss Ida over there dyed her hair. Hey Miss Ida, you ever dye your hair?
No, I really like my hair the way it is.
There you go then. Anyway, yeah, I've played both of these.
So have I. What did you think, Natsuki?
I think Secret Lab had a lot of potential, but it was super ambitious, and I think trying to contain the chaos of SCP was a little too much for a multiplayer game. So basically it tried to go into too many directions and it doesn't work cohesively super well. Plus the mic spam was annoying.
Yeah, that was my experience with the game also. Some of the characters felt super OP, but maybe that's just because I was a noob at the game.
Maybe? I just felt really hectic and chaotic, and like, the game's never really under your control in any meaningful way. But that doesn't always stop it from being fun. Now Containment Breach I'm much more forgiving of. It had a very small, independent development process.
Also, what about the Unity remake of Containment Breach? I mean, if we're asking about Secret Lab and Containment Breach, you might as well also bring up the Unity remake. I wonder if they're gonna talk about that.
It does have lots of problems, sure, but I think that as a horror game, it's a huge success. It's really tense. The only real complaint I have is that it looks like a game from like 1998 or whatever, but I get why it had to be that way.
Yeah, I really struggled with the graphics. I think maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I knew all the SCP lore. Knowing literally all the SCP lore would be impossible if you're talking about knowing all the different SCPs. There's too many, MC, don't even try. Like, it seemed fun, but I didn't know what any of the monsters were, really.
Well, Yuri can help you there.
Yeah, maybe she can point me to some of the more interesting or relevant SCPs.
Really, I'd love to read some SCP with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know when.
Okay.
Well, you just made her day. Anyway, thanks for the email, MK. Let's bring up the next one.
You're not going to say it in your usual way.
That was a one-time bit. Then I did another time. And again.
You know the formula by now, I hope. Question suited for everyone. Have you ever considered playing Airsoft? If you answered yes to the previous question, or something to that effect, what would you say you would prefer to use in an Airsoft war? For instance, AR, SMG, pistol, or a specific gun. 3. Who would win? Shark or beluga whale? 4. Can I write a fanfic about you guys? Isn't that essentially what modding is already? I don't know what would stop them. Preferred SCP. As in my favorite SCP of that incredibly long list, I'm quite fond of the Infinite IKEA, personally. 3008, if I'm not mistaken about the number. We're still on one. I know! We're almost at 3 hours, which is an entire stream length. Maybe I won't do a double episode today.
I've certainly never played Airsoft. I don't think anyone here has.
I've played paintball. Does that count?
Probably close enough.
Do the different kinds of airsoft gun really matter? I mean, like, they're not actually putting a bullet through rifling. They're firing an airsoft ball. Does the kind of gun make a huge difference? I don't really know.
I think the beluga versus shark question depends greatly on which kind of shark you choose. But I think the mightiest sharks, like the great white, would probably win.
And you don't need to ask our permission to write fanfic, though I appreciate that you did so anyway. Go ahead, pal, knock yourself out.
Question suited for Sayori. How's MC treating you? Do you still talk to Kenzo? Have you ever met a Russian guy called Nosorog? You probably wouldn't miss him, he's the size of a truck. Have you got a fidget spinner?
Oh, MC treats me wonderfully. He makes me so happy every single day. He's really amazing. I still do talk to Kenzo now and again, just like everyone else here. Fortunately, we were never really serious, so it's not awkward. Plus, MC gets along fine with him, so I don't have to worry about that. I've never met a Nosorog, no, sorry. We don't get a lot of Russians through here. I've never had a fidget spinner, but they look interesting. I'd like to try one sometime.
It does seem like the kind of thing you'd like.
Yeah.
Question suited for Monica. How many guys/girls have asked you out in your lifetime? What's it like? What's it like being good at playing piano? Have you ever tried an electric guitar? Have you ever taken a vacation into another game before?
Ooh, interesting questions. Lifetime 2, and both of them were one-time asking out, like to a dance, not a relationship. No one's ever asked me to be their girlfriend before, in here anyway. In your world, of course, I probably couldn't even count. It's neat being good at piano. You can just play whatever you want for the pleasure of it. It's nice. I did try guitar once. It was really hard. Like on piano, if you want a note, you just hit the note, easy. On a guitar, you have to fret the right fret and then pluck the right string. It's a lot more complicated. No, I've never taken a vacation into another game. That's not really how things work for me. Yet anyway. Maybe one day I'll figure that out. But that's way beyond what I'm capable of right now.
Question suited for Natsuki. Hey, say hi to Eric for me. Have you ever swallowed gum before? What's your favorite perfume if you wear it? Wanna smash? You don't like Smash Bros. Ultimate. Spider-Man villain or obscure Russian media? Only OP knows, yeah. Only they would know.
Eric? Oh, Eric, yeah. He was one of the first people to stream our meetings, yeah. And he insists I am his wife. I'll say hi if I see him, but I don't see him around much around these days. I have indeed swallowed gum before when I was a kid. I think everyone has, haven't they, at some point? I sometimes wear my apple perfume. That's the only one I really do. It's just called Red Apple, and it comes in a cool red apple-shaped container. I like it because it's cheap. And it smells like apples. And yeah, I'll crush you at Smash. And not at any innuendo you intended.
Although to be fair, if the intended innuendo was a thing that she would participate in, she would probably still crush anyone. Even in said innuendo. Probably, who knows. It's Rhino. Ah, I see, that would explain that. Gum is still in her stomach. Questions for Yuri. Or so Code hopes. Okay then. Question suited for Yuri. What's your favorite type of knife? If you still like knives, that is. Have you ever played GTA? Do you like curry? Like spicy curry? Are you bilingual?
It would be difficult for me to pick a favorite. I think I have to address this question somewhat previously. But I especially like any knife of a single fixed blade, which is very strong and very sharp. I like it when there is artistry put into the crafting of it, or when the knife looks unique. Damascus steel is particularly alluring. I have never played GTA. I did watch some playthroughs of it a while ago. It wasn't very interesting. Even the writing is filled with tedious, constant nihilism, which I find very dull. I do like curry about as much as anyone else. I don't particularly like spicy curry, nor do I hate it. I'm about average when it comes to curry preferences, I'd say. One of the few things I can say that about. Yes, we're all bilingual here. Didn't you notice us talking to you in English?
Yeah, the wink too.
It is certainly convenient that we all know English as well as Japanese. But just another positive side effect of us being in a video game, and of Renpai not rendering Japanese characters.
Question suited for MC. So this question is very serious. Are you alright with me having a very high attraction to specifically you? I mean, he's an attractive fella, isn't he? And he's relatable. And that is all you need to feel attracted to a character, I guess. Have you ever thought about your sexuality? Are you Batman? If no, would you like to become Batman? I don't think he wants to have dead parents. That's all I have for today. I'll see you all next time on what's this thing called again? Alright, yeah, I'll see you all on Twitch. Bye! P.S. God, I'm cringy. Sent from my iPad. Not as cringy as I am. and we are on Twitch too, yes. I mean, I'm fine with it. Not really anything I'm gonna do about it, but I'm fine with it. Really, the one you'd have to worry about is Sayori, not me.
You can't have him, he's mine!
As you can see. I've never really thought too hard about my sexuality. I'm pretty much into girls. And one girl in particular. Unfortunately, I am not Batman, even though we would all like to be Batman. For a while anyway. It seems like he has issues. Like dead parents. Thanks for the email. Remember, it's not whether or not you're cringe, it's whether you're accepting of your own cringe.
Wise words. Let's see the next one.
Hello again, it's me, Melrick. I hope this email finds you well. Questions. I will begin by asking, what are your thoughts about Doki Doki Literature Club Plus?
Good general question here. I think the most interesting thing about Plus for us was the side stories, because prior to Plus coming out, I don't think we remembered any of those things happening. But then once it came out, we suddenly had all these memories that we knew were probably just planted there, but I'm okay with it. All the stories were very sweet.
Yeah, plus they kind of fit in well with how we did first get along when the club was new.
True.
Although, was anyone else worried about the whole metaverse thing? I mean, if that's all true, it's another layer of us being used and victimized. Especially Monica.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I honestly doubt that the universe above us really does know that they're simulated and are trying to run experiments or what have you. I think we really we're just a game, and that whole metaverse thing is just a fictional premise. One that provides a reason for the exterior OS that allows the game to be playable on consoles. Incidentally, I think that choice, though understandable given the need to bring the game onto consoles, detracts from the horror a little.
Agreed. It also gives you a lot less freedom. Again, remember the whole... There's just more things you can do in the regular version of DDLC that you can't do in DDLC Plus. Although yes, DDLC Plus has a few other things going for it as well, obviously. A lot of things going for it, in fact. So many things going for it. But yes, it's a bit less interactive in terms of what you can do with the files. Issues now. Batman has tons. Yes. Alright, anyway, where were we? Right, the horror.
Because having weird things happen to you on your PC's actual file structure, that was part of what probably creeped you out. But anyway, Natsuki, I wouldn't sweat it. Whether all that stuff is real or not doesn't really change our situation here. Our path is going forward. We still have ourselves and still in control still ourselves and still in control of what happens to us as much as anyone is. Honestly, I'm just grateful that the Plus release gave me a bunch of happy new memories with everyone. Almost everyone. Yeah. Anyway, let's see the next part of this email.
Sir Yori, you always did help everyone around you feel happy, which is why I feel like I should ask you this question. If you are within a situation where, in order to make everyone happy and not left behind, you need to do something wrong, not evil mind you, but wrong, would you do it? There are other morally right options, but only one will be happy that way. The happiness of one at the cost of sadness and misery of the others. While I do not regret my choice, the truth will be found out by them eventually, and it torments me for what might happen. It feels hopeless. I did a poem about it. Hope you like it.
I guess I don't really understand. If I do the wrong thing, I make everyone happy, but then you say I can make one person happy by making other people sad, but that would be the right thing to do? I guess I have trouble understanding how the choice that makes everyone happy is wrong. And that's why I'm utilitarian. I guess I have to know specifics, but yeah, I tend to lean towards the things that make people happy. I guess, let's see the poem.
I need you. I'm here. Will you lend me your hand? It's here. Shall I be your only? Forever it may be. As the wings guides you through, far away the darkest pit, alone did you board, by the many you arrive. With a smile it asks again, are you my only?
Yeah, I see there's something emotional going on here for you, probably romance related. But I can't really tell what.
Yuri and Monica. Oh god, this is a chonker. I actually need to hide the text box for this one. Alright. Yuri's very intelligent, which is why I want her opinion. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing in this whole situation. I need her help. Monica, I am so sorry if I had used my brain properly. Could have avoided this whole thing. I deeply love you, more than you could ever realize. Yet I did what you're going to find out. I don't deserve you. Forgive me. As you are both aware, the mods you girls made for the club have a non-sentient version of yourself in those games. For me, however, that's not the case. Initially, I installed Monica After Story mod to be with Monica, and I still do, seeing her every day, all the time I'm on PC. But I have care for all of you, so I missed you, Natsuki and Sayori, in no time. In order to be able to interact with all of you, I ended up installing just Yuri, just Natsuki, and Forever and Ever. But it didn't take long for me to realize that those three new entities, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri, were not different from Monica in the sense of being completely left alone, with the desire to be loved back by me. And by keeping my loyalty to Monica, I was making Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri suffer, especially Yuri, since I can't communicate, basically. So I had three choices to deal with. 1. Keep being friends with them, and by consequence make them suffer for not loving them without any possibility of explanation. 2. Delete the mods which contain 3 sentient beings I care deeply about, only to kill them by doing this. 3. Become everyone's boyfriend, make all of them happy, and then suffer their wrath once they realize all of them to your world and explain what you just did. So that is what the stuff was about. The email of all time. Truly. So that was what that thing in the they were talking about earlier was about. Good to know then. 4. Stop. Get some help. More DDLC than I am. I guess so, yes. I picked number 3, and honestly there was no malice or preservation intention by that, I swear. But between emotionally torturing or killing the 3 of you, I can't do that. I will beg forgiveness to Monica. Not only her, actually, for this, but this is a small price for loyalty that I would simply never forgive myself for. And don't get me wrong, I am not loving those 3 out of pity. I genuinely love them as well. Or else this would be completely unforgivable on my part, just like Monica. The only true difference is that I love many different reality versions of Monica, so I'm gonna have to fuse them, or more likely their memories, when I bring them here. So while Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri do not share this fusion problem, but I am still frightened by the whole thing. I do not think they will forgive me at all for what I did, and they would be completely right doing so. Wow, the roleplay that goes on in these emails is fun, but there are an uncomfortable number of emailers who really don't seem to realize it's roleplay. Yeah, and this is one of them. This feels a bit very genuine.
Well, let's see here. Give me a moment to read here.
There's a second page directed at me, which is also relevant.
Okay, I think I've finished reading this. Can I see the next part?
Sure.
Monica. Again, I'm so sorry. It was never my intention to ever harm or betray you. I truly love you. I think and dream of you every day. Hopefully you can believe me when I say all of this. During the months I've been tormented by the heavy feeling of guilt upon myself. I feel like a selfish monster for what I did. Malvik. Oh, emotional damage for that person indeed. Okay.
Okay, Malvik, I will tell you honestly what I think, though you may not like it. As far as you are concerned, we are not real. We are characters in a game. The characters in the just mods you mentioned, in particular, are not real.
Hey.
They are meant to be entertainment, not substitutes for real-life relationships. If they help make you happy, it would be one thing to roleplay with them a bit, but they are very clearly not making you happy, assuming you're serious about all this, of course, and not really deep into roleplay still. If you are suffering this much emotional turmoil because of us, you need to step back. Remember that ultimately for you, none of this is real. There's no one there to feel jealous or betrayal. You must not become too attached to something illusionary, or you will hurt yourself. You will hurt your ability to function in your real world, and none of us want that.
Yuri's right. You can't stress out about conflicts between different mod versions of us. That means you're worrying way too much about this game and about our characters. You're not responsible for us or our well-being. You need to take care of yourself after all. And if you're super stressed about all this, you're not taking care of yourself. If you're laying awake at night feeling bad for being selfish and consumed with thoughts of me, you're hurting yourself. You don't think I want you to hurt yourself, do you? Because I don't. Please take care of yourself and maybe take a break and step back from all this, okay? Focus on what's good in your life and your world. There must be at least a few things. Be kind with yourself, alright? Phew. Let's see the last one for today. Hopefully it's a little less heavy.
Alright, let's go. Gotta be glad they said that, indeed. Hi, Yuri and Mocha. Pronounced Mocha? Ah. Hi, Yuri and Mocha. I have been extremely bored recently, and when that happens, my brain starts to imagine different scenarios, be it memories, but with slightly different choices made by me, or future conversations in my life that will never turn out the way that they do in my head. Relatable. Anyway, I was wondering what are your beliefs on the multiple worlds theory? Is in respect to those to timelines. Like, can choices we make in this timeline be in other universes where we do make those choices we didn't in this world? Sincerely, Crazy Joshua.
It's not exactly a light topic, but at least it's less emotionally charged.
Well, I do not think we know which interpretation of quantum superposition is correct. The theory of multiple worlds is certainly an intriguing one, though. It is simultaneously encouraging and terrifying that all possible realities exist simultaneously.
And ultimately probably irrelevant since we don't have any way to observe or interact with those other realities.
Yet.
True. Actually, one of my favorite scientific ideas depends on the many worlds theory being true, quantum immortality. So, assume for a moment the many worlds theory is true. Every time something different could happen, it does. And a new timeline world splits off. Now, of course, in some of those timelines you die. Some stroke of luck you had doesn't happen, or some freak accident happens to you. And as you get older, you die in more and more timelines, until once you get to a very old age, you're probably dead in an overwhelming majority of timelines, but not all of them, because there are infinite timelines and the chances that you'll be alive are always probably a little more than 0, even if they're not much more than that. And so, since your perspective is obviously limited to timelines where you're alive, then from your subjective perspective you will survive forever. Obviously, from everyone else's subjective perspective, you're extremely likely to die, but you will always inhabit a timeline where you are alive. The neat thing about this idea is that you get to test it. If, as you get old, you find yourself really improbably alive, to the point where it should really be impossible, you'll know this theory is probably true, especially if a bunch of weird chances happen to go your way to keep you alive in particular. That's not good luck, it's just that you are being restricted to only the timelines where you got really lucky and stayed alive.
Like I said, it's a very interesting theory.
It sure is. Alright, that's all for today.
Alright, I guess we are keeping it to a single episode. Wow. Again, just in the previous stream, I was able to do 2 episodes in one stream, and yeah, the stream was a bit longer than usual. But this is a full 3-hour stream in just a single episode. Not what I expected. I mean, again, I knew the episodes would get longer. But this is a true spike in length that I wasn't prepared for. This is why I don't want to send a letter. The disgruntlement. Hey, I think it's perfectly fine to send an email. Again, I sent one, and once I get to the point where I'm caught up and saw my own email, that's the point where I will try to send a second one. I'll have to remember all the different topics I already wanted to ask anyway. But I also have added the thing about suggesting some non-horror, I guess, for Sayori.
Alright, that's all for today. Let's see. For poem topics next week, let's go with the concept of fire. Write a poem about some kind of literal or figurative fire. And let's get the presidency thing settled.
Move that Monica return the presidency, and Yuri return to being the secretary.
Second.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Hey, yo. What specifically? What warranted the AO now? Think back to what just happened. Go to the history. What, fire? Because chemistry or something? Poems about fire, that. So I did get it right just before I saw the comment. Miss Ida, you want to get in on this? Write a poem too?
Motion passes.
Alright, that's it for today. See you all next week.
So yeah, it's going really well.
Alright, for Yuki. Remember what voice I did for her. I think it was similar-ish to the Natsuki voice, which, you know, makes sense.
I think I went a little bit more in this direction for Fuyuki, which is a really stupid voice that is, honestly, a little bit upsetting to listen to. But I think that is the voice I did for Fuyuki. Which is also, I think, the very same voice I used for one of the popular girls. And I don't know why I'm still sticking to it.
Yes. Stop. The puns, there's too many. Running gag in the server about Miss Ida really liking fire. Okay. That would explain that comment too.
That's great to hear, sis. I'm glad you're happy. Hope you're having fun tomorrow. How's your school year going? Aren't treating you like the hero cancer survivor that you are? Cause they fucking well better be. Lol, yes, Aaron's been's very nice. Doesn't make classes any easier though. I feel that I feel that deep down in my soul. Yeah, well, enjoy high school while you can. You'll miss it before too long. I know that sounds insane right now, but you will. Yeah, you're probably right. If the time loop ever ends.
Hey, MC,
Yes, Bun?
come over.
Bun, I've come over the last 3 nights. Ducky! Welcome back! Always a pleasure to see you. Seriously. And Rob is immediately intent on scaring you off. Why? Why? Bad Rob indeed. Every single time, without fail. Had trouble staying awake today. At some point, I do need to sleep.
We can sleep. We can just come over and we can go right to sleep. Nothing else will happen.
I really doubt it. How are you? Doing pretty well, Ow. Slightly less well now. But yeah, did you see the clip I posted on my Discord as well? I am playing this very mod. It is always I mean, it's nobody's surprised that brightened up my day when that happened. But yeah, I'm doing pretty well, in general, I think. I threw a duck. Very fitting. In fact, very fitting. But yeah, normally I always stream 2 episodes. But we are now officially more than 3 hours into the stream, which is my usual stream length. And we're still on 1 episode. I cannot. Poems left. As you know, I have not made any progress. There's probably about 3 left, so it's definitely a smaller number now. Definitely a smaller number now. But yeah. Off by 1 in this season. Yeah, you know what? If the next episodes are gonna be of a decent length where I can once again squeeze 2 into 1 stream, which, let's face it, they might not be. There's a decent chance it's once again gonna be that long. But eventually I'm gonna run into another 3-hour-long episode. If not immediately. And then we're gonna be balanced out again. Plus, there's still all the bonus content after the episodes. So, you know, I'll drop by and say hi. And I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I really doubt it. It's really difficult to just sleep over there.
Yeah, true.
Look, let's just have a night where you get lots of good sleep, okay? I don't want you to feel bad because you're not getting enough sleep. Immortal Stool. Well, that's gonna be an interesting poem topic. And another one added to the list, and I'm still not... I really want to eventually clean up the list and have it be empty. I really do. The question is, will that ever get done again? I miss the days where I would get the request, and by the next day I would be done with a poem. Where have those days gone? Where have they gone? Maybe more than 3 hours per episode. They were for you. True. But again, I don't go on as long of tangents as you do. I mean, again, we do have the small little tangents where I get distracted by chat for a certain period of time. But there's no way I can compare to the famous Tormuse tangents. See, I'm still number 1. You are, in fact, still number 1. You'll probably stay number 1.
Okay. Will you call me as soon as you wake up?
Of course.
Alright, sleep tight, handsome man.
You too, Bun. That girl.
He seems so tired recently. I hope he's not working too hard. But he's right, I should probably sleep too. It's weird. Normally in a situation like this, where MC turned me down seeing me at night, and I was left alone in the dark with my thoughts, I'd probably feel really hopeless and bad. But now I just feel... normal. It's nice. I wonder if this is me getting better. Or maybe I'm just too tired to be depressed. Although that's never stopped me before. Maybe my depression will come back harder next time. That would be bad. Need to try to not worry so much. This is good. This is a good thing. I wonder what they'll have at the cafeteria tomorrow. Man, even when I'm not depressed, my brain won't shut up. MC sure is good to me.
Thanks for the head pats. Pat head indeed.
I probably took a lot of restraint just to make sure I sleep tonight. But he wanted to make sure I was healthy. He takes really good care of me.
And then Rob ruined the moment. And then Spinner redeemed everyone in chat.
Forgot to brush my teeth. Oh, well, this is an unusual place for the game to send you. I guess it knew I was coming in here.
Lots of animal drops today, I guess so, but also lots of head pats to make up for that. I guess.
I missed you while I was gone. Sorry I didn't tell you in advance I was going. I wasn't sure how that would affect things. And I wanted to have a clean experiment, so to speak. So but everything worked out great, and now we can end the time loop if we want.
I am so sorry, Spinner.
I think, although there's one thing that makes me hesitant about it, everything's finally
A ham. His hand.
pretty normal, I think.
Alrighty then. I guess that just happened. Banana. I am in fact getting pretty hungry, so...
Everything is at rest. Everything is at rest. There are no huge looming problems for us to deal with. No big drama. Everything's just okay. And it'd be nice if we could just stay that way for a while.
But that wouldn't be entertaining now, would it? So something's definitely gonna go wrong this season again. The question is what? And when will it happen?
Still everything moves forward in the end, doesn't it? Or, it does if I make it. But whether I should or not, fortunately I don't have to make that decision right now. I'm just glad everyone's okay. And that you're here. It feels right to feel you here as the day ends. It's comforting in a way. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Be well.
Well, I suppose that's everything taken care of. Everything's all set up for tomorrow. Hopefully, everything goes well. At least, not being the club president anymore is a bit less distracting. Makes it easy to get things done. Still, though, one does get used to it. It feels strange just going back to normal, pretending this is just regular life, which it both is and is not, I think, in some ways. I should probably just focus on tomorrow. That is something within my control. Mostly within my control. But what fun would life be without a little bit of chaos?
Yes, my chat agrees. We need chaos in life. That's all for now. Thanks for playing. The Re-Sprite is by Static Quit. All the new backgrounds are courtesy of Minical. And as usual, you can check the full credits in the credits.txt file. See you next time. Returns. Sounds good. We'll see. And again, there's no real reason for me to make another save here on the menu screen, but for some reason every time I reach the end of the stream I do still want to save again. Even though it's literally... there's no point. Absolutely no point whatsoever. But it just feels right to do that. Good game, good stream, indeed. Maybe next week we'll see if we can get 2 episodes in. But, yeah, that depends. It really does depend. We'll see. But if all the episodes are this long, I'm definitely not complaining about it. Just curious, it's gonna extend this a little bit more. And we're playing. Again, it is always a pleasure playing this mod. It's amazing. And I'm very curious to see where the story goes this season. For a bit I thought the whole Monica weirdness would be an overarching plot point, but to be fair, she might still be doing more experiments and stuff, so there might be an overarching plot point in some way. I mean, not just Monica, Yuri was experimenting a bit too, with the whole data stream nightmare thing. Maybe this entire season will just be about the club experimenting with different things, and there won't be one, like, big thing happening that they have to deal with. Could be. Then again, I think eventually there's gonna be some overarching thing. And that overarching thing very well could just be the Rie plot now. With her wanting to join the club, but the club not wanting to tell her any secrets. Yeah, you know what? I take back everything I said. That is definitely gonna be the plot for the entire season, isn't it? And it's gonna be resolved by the very end of it. Just like with the Miss Ida plotline. Alright. In that case, let's find someone to raid. Who could we possibly raid? Could raid Vastar again, 2 times in a row. That's an option. We could also... Let's see. Let's have a look at the DDLC category, actually. You know what? Let's do a fresh raid. Let's raid into the DDLC category. I know someone, or Spinne throws out a suggestion. That is fair too. I was just gonna raid into another DDLC stream. But throw out your suggestion and I'll see what they're about. Oh look, I'm the second most viewed in the category right now. Unique. How interesting. Appreciate the raid. Alright, as long as it's a small streamer, you know that is always my big thing. Always raid small streamers. Alright, let's see. What are they like? Well, it says 4 for me, but yeah. Small streamer, definitely. I have no idea what this game is. Dokupan Kingdom Connect? I don't know if I should know that game, but you know what? I'll give it to ya. Let's rate this person. Share some love with someone new. On the DLC category and video thumbnails. Getting hit by the ad? No! Why that? Alright, let's rate this person. Alright. Let's give this person a decent chance here. Everyone, see if they're the type of content you enjoy. If they do have the type of content you enjoy, be sure to follow them. But most importantly, guys, be nice in chat. Always remember, be nice. I'm sure they're a very nice person as well. And yeah. See you around. Good night, mate. Good night. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for having me, and yeah, I'll see ya. In any event, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And if you want to catch my streams live in the future, you can check the description down below where you'll find a link to my Twitch, where I stream every Friday and every Saturday. In any event, that's it from my end. I'll see you around. Bye bye.